What's going on, everybody? Welcome to PCG Live. That's right, it is Thursday, and it is 6:16, a little past 6 o'clock, but that's okay. We are here, and we are alive.
That's right.
What's going on, Dr. Eggplant?
What's up, my dude?
I think you have somebody you have to introduce once again on the show.
Returning to PCG Live is our boy, Dolan.
Boy. Oh, I mean, hi.
It only seems to be right. What's going on, Dolan?
Not much. Just literally got home from work and just had enough time to sit down and get ready, basically.
He's like, let's rock, boys. Let's talk about some shit to make us angry.
Oh, eggplant's already filled me in on what we're going to talk about tonight.
Yeah. I think a lot of anger kind of comes from me, but a good amount of anger does come from Kyle too. I don't know how angry Kyle is with the certain situation, but I know I'm pretty pissed off with the shit that I'm angry about. So,
Well, like I told you earlier, Van, it's basically one of the categories you're going to go off on, and one of the categories I'm really going to go off on.
But let's get right into the show. We have a bunch of topics here that we're going to already have lined up, and we'll just kind of get right into it. So our very first topic of the evening is Street Fighter V Champion Edition has been announced. Have you heard about this, guys? Did you guys happen to hear about this?
I have not.
So, the Champion Edition is pretty much like the Street Fighter 4. What did they call it? What was the final?
It was like the freaking Ultra.
Yeah, Ultra Street Fighter 4. You're right.
Ultra
Ultra Street Fighter 4.
yeah.
Yep. So it's gonna end up having all the characters, all the DLC. This one's gonna have all the skins, stages, and everything. And actually, the price that it's gonna drop for is really good. It's $29.99. So that's coming in February, but they're offering $24.99. I think it is right now for you to upgrade. Right now, so your Street Fighter you can upgrade, which confuses the ever-living shit out of me, because why can I upgrade right now for $24.99, but can't buy the full pack? I don't get that.
I mean, you're just upgrading from the normal edition that you had with Street Fighter V to now the Champion Edition, and you get all the crap that you may not have got before.
But
But
there's also a character that got released.
Oh, which one?
Do you know who it was?
Oh my god!
Have you ever gotten to Street Fighter Third Strike at all?
Oh, that's right. It was Gil.
Yes.
Yes.
The
Mr.
boss
Fire
everyone
Nice.
hates. Did you get into Street Fighter Third Strike at all, Dolan?
I don't even know the last Street Fighter I can recall playing was probably when Eggplant and I were kids.
Yeah.
That's literally the last one I recall. We're
Well-
talking like Power Rangers on Genesis days, Street Fighter.
Well, Street Fighter Third Strike is actually really, really old. I don't know what system it came out on.
Wasn't that like PlayStation era?
Yeah, I think it was literally right before that. Like, I think it was like literally right before that. But it was never really big on the consoles. It was actually well known in the arcade, and that's most people. So not many people know about Third Strike. That's kind of when I fell off of Street Fighter, was around Third Strike. But I do love me some Third Strike, and I think that was the reason why, is because they made it more arcade friendly than anything. So, but Gil is a pain in the fucking ass. He is a half naked guy that is the size. He's pretty much Jiren. Urine.
Yeah,
Jiren.
he's literally Urian, just with wavy blonde hair, and he's half
red,
half blue,
and he's a god.
And he's a god,
Yep.
literally.
Yep.
Because he can just use the power of fire and ice.
Yep. So,
That's Gil.
yep. So that's Gil for you in a nutshell. They do have a video, and I can pull it up real quick if we're interested.
That is totally up to you.
You know what? What the fuck? Why the fuck not? He's
Bulldogs 92, what's going on?
What's going on, Bulldogs? Just pause this. End up doing a screen share.
Screen share. Damn, your camera. All right, never mind. You good?
I just gotta put it behind the background because that would drive me crazy.
Crazy.
All right, here we go.
My unveiling. I will be exposed to the entire world.
Is that loud to you right now?
No, no, it was just like out of nowhere. Like, whoa.
Oh,
That's all right.
Then the people of the world will rejoice. Already know
he's dropping it off. We don't. All right, tell him we're there. So like, he's really good. He's a really good character, and I think he's really animated. Like, oh, see, I didn't see this character. This is strictly the character. So the last trailer I seen wasn't just about the character. It was just about all the DLC and stuff like that. So
Yeah, I saw this trailer
yeah, I didn't see this one.
already.
Yeah, those combos would make me mad. Like, Urian already pisses me off as it is with those, like, and he's way better.
Yeah, exactly. This is more like cheap Urian.
that voiceover.
Right.
my perfection does not require any training.
Yeah. So. Oh, you
he
see,
has a nice Trojan costume.
you see who they kind of made him look like? They made him look like what's his face from Watchmen.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
I can't think of the name though.
Yeah. All right, I need to handle something. You two talk real quick. I'll be right back.
Okay.
You can bring up any topic besides. Don't bring up Half-Life kind of video for that.
We can talk Pokemon.
Yeah,
because-
and then when I get back, I'll put my opinion in. I'll be right back.
All right, so Van is leaving us again.
Again.
Somebody got to distract him.
You know?
So anyway, we're going to get into our thoughts on Pokemon Sword and Shield, which unfortunately, Wooly, I kind of don't have many thoughts on it because...
Sorry.
Oh, you know, I could have a real segue about that because it's like I haven't played Pokemon, but
Did you say segue?
I can't do it. I'm not
I didn't
ready.
say
I'm not ready.
He's not ready.
Oh,
It's already.
hold on.
So wait, why do you have no opinion on Pokemon, Kyle? Because you haven't played it?
I haven't touched it yet.
Kind of like Death Stranding.
We're
Yeah,
gonna
but like-
get into that later.
But like Death
I know.
Stranding, he could have an excuse for Death Stranding. But like Pokemon, like that's his thing. Like
Truth.
Pokemon is his thing. Like that's almost like
I blame Mixer. Sorry, Mixer.
What do
So-
you blame Mixer for?
for not playing
Having to wait
Pokemon.
24 hours for my stream key.
Oh, yeah.
He's late on it, and I told him this was going to eventually happen to him, and he just completely forgot.
What about the stream key?
Yeah,
stream key.
because
I
I
like
mean, honestly, I had a friend, one of our friends she had the same issue, and I totally forgot too. I'm like, oh.
so when it happened to you,
I literally did it actually 2 days before for an alternate account of mine, and I didn't even think like, oh yeah, he hasn't streamed in a while.
yeah,
You know?
it's what it's doing is it's preventing anyone from being a robot. They don't want any bots, so that's their way of getting rid of bots.
By the way, I see Facebook chat and Matt's like, let's talk how bad Pokemon is. Yeah, all right.
I see it. Yeah.
That's some bullshit.
He's
I mean-
he's faking because he can't stop playing himself.
I
you
mean,
liar.
Did you watch Woods' video on his impressions of the game so far? Eggplant?
No, I was going to watch it tonight.
He's really critical in his first video, and he kind of made a follow up after that. But
I
like
saw
saying that his point didn't quite come across, but he wasn't really wrong in anything he said about it.
So
critically.
Okay.
so do you
Yeah.
have thoughts on it, Dolan?
So I mean, I haven't played a Pokemon game since it was either Yellow or like Silver Gold.
Oh,
Like so, it's been
Jesus.
that long.
So like this game's God to you. I'm only kidding.
No. So no, I won't
I'm only
exactly.
kidding. I'm only
So I don't know if
kidding.
I would say it's. So it's definitely there's a lot that's changed obviously since, but
Yeah.
some of the things that have kind of been said, I do feel like there's spots where you could tell it was kind of a little, like the wild area, for example. Like
Mhm.
you can, it's weird. Like undocked, I noticed the game runs kind of choppy, especially in the wild area, but docked it runs fine. It seems like they use the kind of the same tree texture for every single tree,
Question:
and it looks kind of really the texturally it just looks really bad.
Are you playing digital or cartridge?
Cartridge.
Okay, all right. So that's what I'm playing on cartridge too. So
Yep.
just wanted to see if there was a difference.
Yeah.
So I'm not a hardcore Pokemon enthusiast. Is that right? Enthusiast. But I am a casual Pokemon player. I've played at least every gen for a little while. Like I got myself a good 75, 80 Pokemon, and then I end up dropping off because either something happens to my DS or some child of mine ends up erasing my data, which it takes it's not like you can just go, oh, erase the data. Like you have to like hold almost every key on the freaking game Nintendo DS to actually do it. So my children just want to ruin my life. But was saying that the last one I played was Emerald, the newest Emerald, and I enjoyed it. So with saying that, I'm enjoying this game. So people are asking me, hey, what do you think? Should I get it? And my answer is always the same. It's a Pokemon game. If you like Pokemon, buy it. If you don't really have a thing for Pokemon, don't buy it because this game isn't going to make you a Pokemon fan. Like, and it may, you know what I mean. That's just like any other game. Like a game may make you a fan and it may not. But in general, there's nothing in this game that stands out to be like, oh my god, I've been
My
missing out on Pokemon my entire life. Like,
it's
none of
not
that.
it definitely hasn't come across like I to bounce off what you said, I would still recommend it definitely. But as you just said, I haven't been like
Yeah.
my mind hasn't been like blown away.
Yeah, yeah,
Um,
yeah, yeah.
it's got its obvious like Pokemon charm in that, but I could sit here and like pick apart like the little things that are kind of like okay like the collision sound is really kind of like unnecessary and kind of dumb in the
Yeah.
game.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Like,
yeah.
do I have to hit every time I hit a wall?
Yeah,
I'm like, I
yeah.
think I know I can't go any farther at that point, you know?
Yeah,
Um,
yeah, yeah.
but yeah, so I could pick it apart. But overall, I've been enjoying it and exploring it all, and
Same
it's been
here.
fun.
I'm about to go into gym 2 right now, which is Nessa. And she's the water gym water badge, and I'm enjoying it. I love the bike. I love the animation, even though the animation could be better. I get it. We're in 2019, but not. Personally, if I can give my opinion, I think what's going on with this Pokemon game is the Game Freak doesn't want their Pokemon game to be like a Zelda or Mario Odyssey and the upgraded graphics. They want to keep it what Pokemon has always been. And I think that's why they went the route that they went. I just don't think they probably want to. It's just not their vision of what they see Pokemon. But I mean, it may all change, but the game's still fun. Like I'm
Yeah.
enjoying it. The first thing that was made fun of that I love is the double kick, which just happens to be one of my main Pokemon's move, and all I do is just jump straight up.
That was another thing I was gonna. Well, you were mentioning like animated, like it really feels like they cheaped out on a lot. Like the Pokemon don't seem very alive or like
Yeah.
they don't have like personality to their movement. It was like you said, like the double kick's just like that's the extent of
Yeah.
the move. It's
That's
just
been
like
double kicking like the last few gens.
Yeah.
Right, right,
Like,
but
it's
that's
been like
everyone's
that.
problem is like with the
feel
Nintendo
lifeless.
Yeah, with the Nintendo Switch, you figured they would change that. So I think everyone's problem is not that they made it not look like Zelda or not look like God of War. I think everyone's problem is it looks really lazy. Like you
Yeah.
really couldn't make a graphic or an animation for a double kick. Like that just seems very very lazy
Or-
and I get it's tradition, but what the hell?
Like another good example is like I was mentioning the tree textures. So there's like literally that one tree is copy pasted across the entire wild area.
Yeah.
But when you put one of those trees you can shake for berries side by side next to it, the texture difference is disgustingly different. Like the texture, like it literally looks like it looks like you've jumped generations, and it's like watching one of the newest Star Wars and then watching one of the ones from the 70s. It's like that much. Like there's like you can like see so much texture in the new ones, and it's like Game Freak could have made one new tree texture and then just copy pasted that one, but at least it would have been a good texture.
Yeah, at least it would have been a good one.
But then like like some of the grass area, like some of the grass looks really nice, but then some other spots literally look like they're out of focus, like they look fuzzy. Like it's just it looks like all the new areas, like the caves in that look great because they're new assets, but anything that they like brought over is just like you can tell they brought them over.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
which bites.
Which I completely agree. I completely agree. And the first thing I noticed immediately with the Pokemon was there's an outline around all the Pokemon that distinctively tell you the difference between the graphics between the Pokemon and everything else. And it was driving me nuts. Like I seen it and I'm like, oh my god, I can't unsee it. But like it didn't ruin the game for me. Like all this doesn't ruin the game for me because how I see it is it's a fucking Pokemon game. Like that's
Right.
as I'm playing, I'm just like, it's a Pokemon game. So I think Pokemon is the only one that can take this like critically and everyone be okay with it. A perfect example. I'm not gonna mention any names, but I'm in a group chat with a good amount of friends. There's like 7 of us in this one group, and man, they were bashing the shit out of this game. Like before it even came out, like bashing it. Like they were hardcore Pokemon fans, and they were picking apart everything they hate about it, everything they hate about Game Freak. And they bought it, and they love it. but
I mean,
there's still those things, you know.
yeah, like it's like you'll take it with a grain of salt. But what you were saying about Game Freak isn't trying to make it something like Breath of the Wild, which I think inevitably a lot of us like, because really, I if we're talking graphically, I think from like Pokemon is still like really close to kind of like Breath of the Wild style, like generational, like graphic wise, like they could make that happen.
Yeah, they could.
I think inevitably a lot of us, what we want is some game that's as open as Breath of the Wild that we could play with our friends.
Yeah.
Like that's literally what we want. Is just
Yeah.
like, which would take so long, I'm sure, to make, but
Right.
it'd be so worth it.
And honestly, that was one of the initial problems I had with everybody bashing this game immediately because they were like, this isn't what I wanted, because they were all expecting like Breath of the Wild, open world, you can go anywhere, do anything, and all this other shit. And I'm like, guys, like, I mean, I get the whole texture thing. Like, if you're transferring certain things over and things aren't looking the same as the other thing, and one looks better than the other, all right, I get that. That's kind of stupid. Like, you can just transfer all those trees over. But a lot of people just forget the fact that this still is the first ever mainline Pokemon game on a home console.
Right.
I mean, it's not an excuse.
I was just gonna say,
to make it like to make it like shit.
As much as I'd love to use that as an excuse, like it's not an excuse. So there's 2 problems here, right? We either want it now and get this, or we want it later. Like realistically, in the time frame that we've had the Nintendo Switch, there's no way they were making a Pokemon like that. Like it wasn't happening. But everybody wanted a Pokemon so bad. And I gotta admit, I was a little bit nervous when they announced that there was gonna be a Pokemon for the Switch. A little bit nervous of this. And when they showed it, I was like, oh wow, this is gonna be great. And I drank the Nintendo Kool-Aid, and I believed this was going to happen. And that this wasn't going to happen. But again, like I bought it, I'm happy with it, I'm playing it, I'm putting the time in. This is a game that is now my game to play my main game because, like, with me not being home, so I'm in love with it. But I get everyone's. It's just like being told. It's being catfished. It's like being catfished. You're on this girl's Facebook page. You talk to her all the time. It's that guy. I always use Nintendo as that girlfriend analogy. Like, oh my god, my girlfriend's super hot, and then you meet her and you're like, oh man, like. Was this before you got depressed? These pictures you were showing me? Because it's like now you don't look anything like this. Like you're losing hair. It's an ugly girl. No, that's not fair.
I don't know if that was the best analogy. Right
Hey, you know what? I didn't get into strict details, so like everyone's version of an ugly girl is different. So
True.
I was very careful. I tiptoed around that one.
I can tell. But anyway, I would just say this as far as this. Like, okay, so Sword and Shield is now out.
Mhm.
All right, fine. Like, is it the best Pokemon game? Obviously, it's not the best Pokemon.
It will get better with time. Like go.
But let's put it this way: if Pokemon's trend is going to be what I think it usually is, then in a couple years, more than likely we're gonna get a remake,
Mhm.
which is the remake that everybody's been waiting for a long time, which is the Diamond and Pearl remake.
Mhm.
So if they keep with that trend, then we're more than likely in the next couple to few years we're going to see a Diamond and Pearl remake.
Okay.
I think they're going to play off the blueprint that is this, and they'll take. I hope that they'll take out what was bad, fix that up, make it better, and then maybe we get a better overall experience
Mhm.
with that remake. But that's just speculation. We'll have to see in the future with that. So
Yeah. Like I said, I think another big thing that people were pissed off is the Pokemon list is getting rid of like more than half of first gen, and so on and so forth. That bothers people, but there's so many Pokemon in there. I'm not even thinking of it, to be honest.
It's actually been kind of nice to like as much as it's nice to see a familiar Pokemon, it's been nice to be like, oh, what the hell is that?
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
it's been
yeah,
like I haven't seen any of these before, which
Yeah,
is nice.
yeah, exactly. Same thing here. Like I'm catching Pokemon, and I'm like, now I'm wondering, is this like the pre-form of something that I didn't know, or like what is this?
Yeah.
Like, and I think that's cool, and I see them trying to reinvent Pokemon in that way to be like, hey guys, you're gonna just if we put all the old Pokemon in there, you're just gonna keep picking the same old ones that you've always picked before. Try something
right.
different, And this
This is
is
true.
forcing people to try something different. So, but all in all, like I told Matt on Tuesday, my rating for it, I give it an 8.5 out of a 10 because, you know, um, I enjoy the game. It's fun. It's still got that old school Pokemon nostalgia to it where I felt like the same way I felt like when I'm picking up all the other Pokemons. It was just I was hoping for a different experience, but it's okay because it's still a good game.
Mhm.
That's my opinion.
I think what you had said before about like what Game Freak is kind of holding on to, like what Pokemon games have been. My worry is they'll hold on to that so much that they won't push themselves to try anything different.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
kind of my worry.
yeah. And if they want to grow, like this is their last mistake. You know what I mean? Like this is the last one that people are gonna let slide. Like look at Pokemon Go. Pokemon Go was possibly the most broken video game, not video game, the most the
For
possible
months, I
the most
remember.
broken
Yeah.
game of all time. Like the GPS didn't work right. Like it would show me across the map. Like
Mm.
I'd go to catch Pokemon and all of a sudden it just crashed and then I didn't get the Pokemon. Like it was a disaster and it was still a huge game. People kept playing it and
hmm
it's
Because
fucking
it was
Pokemon.
Pokemon.
It's fucking
Yeah.
Pokemon. So
Which I didn't even realize that Pokemon like outdoes like Disney and like as far as like I don't know if it was media company or whatever it was, but like Pokemon's like above Disney, which is insane to think about.
Oh yeah.
Which is
Oh
crazy.
yeah.
that's mind blowing.
Yeah.
I didn't
It is.
even consider that. That's mind blowing.
It's pretty nuts.
hmm
That's how big it is.
Yeah. So,
So.
but any final thoughts on Pokemon?
I would say right now, as what I've played so far, I would probably give it. If I had to rate it, I'd probably give it like a 7 or a 7.5. But I'm probably farther in it than you are, Van, based on what you've said. But it could get better. It could that rating could go up. But I'd say like a 7.5. I feel comfortable giving it
I
as it stands. I would recommend it still.
I think that game is going to be really for those to battle friends, and I think that's what it's going to come down to. Because, I mean, I'm into the story thing. I'm not into fighting friends because I don't understand the science of Pokemon as good as many others. So like,
Kyle.
it's just like I'm like double kick, double kick, double kick, double kick. Oh, no
Beat
more,
its ass. Okay, cool.
no
Yeah,
more.
I'm not gonna lie, like if you were to battle me and one of your Pokemon had double kick, you're gonna double kick your way out of the battle and lose.
It's like,
I
oh
think
man,
so.
I ran out of AP for double kick. What am I going to use now? Charge,
Something better than double kick.
charge, charge, splash, splash, splash.
Splash might be better than double kick.
All right. So in the news world, Half-Life has dropped an announcement trailer, and I have the trailer right here. Have you guys seen this yet?
I have not.
No,
Me neither. So I was like,
but
you
this
know
is
what? I'm
kind
gonna
of
save it.
shocking.
Yep. So they are making a new Half-Life game, but it's not just a game. It's Half-Life for VR. So let's check this out.
Oof. Steam VR.
Apparently, closed captions on. Shut that baby off. I don't know if I can handle Half-Life in VR.
This is interesting.
Oh, Jesus.
I'm here. So what's the plan?
We can get this weapon. We do it here
Ooh,
to change things forever.
pretty.
There's no straight shot to the
Wow.
vault.
Visually, look at the way that looks.
I'm gonna head inside.
I'm
find a way
impressed.
out. Got it.
I'm with you every step of the way.
You're gonna need a gun. Don't worry, it's unloaded. It's unloaded now.
Oh my god.
Oh, that's awesome.
Combine chatter's really picking
Wow.
up. They know you're coming. You need to get out of here now. Oh God.
They've got Dad.
They're gonna find out what he knows, and then they're gonna kill him.
All this is my fault. I never told you. I couldn't. I'm so sorry, baby.
You will not save him. Alex Vance alone cannot prevent his fate. Close your eyes, honey.
Interesting.
Visually, it looks really good.
Yep.
Very interesting.
Yeah.
So, that's my
Like-
first time seeing that trailer.
My first question, is it also coming out the same day as Animal Crossing and Doom? Because this is March 2020.
Oh, boy.
Wow, that's
Not
a
a third
really
game on
bad
there.
month to be coming out in.
Yeah.
You know?
Very bad month.
But it's fucking Half-Life.
Okay, all right, wait a minute.
Half-Life is a very popular game.
All right, I get it. I get that Half-Life's a very popular game, but you already know what's gonna happen now, right?
What? What's that?
All the Half-Life fans are gonna come roaring out, see this, and literally go as if they haven't already. Right, like, you can make this shit, but not Half-Life 3.
Yeah, no, there is a lot of people upset. They've already kind of not upset, just like, what the hell? Like, first of all, visually that looks amazing. I haven't seen a VR game actually look that good. Now, I'm not a huge fan of VR. I like it. I love my Beat Saber. We just picked up the Oculus Quest for the lounge yesterday, and I got to play a little bit of it. Big difference. Oh, I love it. Like, Oculus Quest is fantastic. Like, it's great. But I can't sit there and play a Half-Life or a full game in that VR world for too long. Maybe I could. I'm not too sure, but I've tried like full version games before, and there's no such thing as full version in VR. This is supposed to be full game, they said. Like, I was reading the article, and it said this is going to be a full-fledged game. If we're talking like 20, 30 plus hours, like, that's a long time in VR world, man.
Yeah, I was gonna say that is a very long time with VR.
It makes me wonder what, like, Resident Evil 7, when they did that for VR, like, because that was the complete game, I imagine.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, no, I forgot
True.
about that. Yep.
And even, I think Doom, although I know Doom VR was not very good from what I heard, but
We have that here. I'm not a huge fan of it.
yeah, RE7, though, looked intense for VR, for
yeah,
sure.
Yeah. But, like, this looks incredible. Like, they had their hand in a thing, and you got to look side by side, like, while you had to keep your hand in there while you're still fighting the monsters. Like, that was intense. And then Half-Life has its typical humor, same humor that it had in it before. So I'm interested how everyone's gonna take this. I like the ball Steam has to be like, hey, we're gonna push Half-Life to VR, because that's how forthcoming we are with VR and how much we trust VR is going to work. So that's a new stride, man. That's something new. Gonna piss off a lot of fans, but
I was gonna say, like, yeah, that's a bold move, but
one
you're
of two
gonna
things are
get
gonna
a
happen.
lot of people heated now.
One of two things are going to happen. Either people are going to be mad and not buy the game, or people are going to go now invest in VR, which VR is cheap enough. Like, if they put that on the Quest, dude, the Quest, you don't need no PC, and it's $400, and you have a full VR game.
Ooh, still $400 though.
You know? So, they have a $300 version. Or is it 400 and 500? I can't remember. I think it's 400 500.
Oof. I mean, I do agree that the game does look great. How the gameplay is going to be, we're going to have to wait and see, obviously. I mean, it kind of looks like it's very intuitive with the VR stuff, with the certain like patterns that they were just doing on there.
Yeah.
But I mean, if you're I have to say it like this, if you're very open-minded to this, then by all means, try it out, definitely.
I would be interested. So that game doesn't make me want to go out and buy a VR, but because I already have a VR, I would definitely get that game for VR. 100%.
Which makes sense. Well, no, yeah, it makes sense. I think the only thing I'm just gonna bash Valve on with this is that, for so long, like, they didn't do anything Half-Life. People have been clamoring for like Half-Life 3, and for so long they did nothing, only to come out with just a Half-Life VR. Now, if like Half-Life 3 had come out, and then this VR game had come out, okay, then it would be more accepting as far as I'm talking the general masses right now. Like the general masses would definitely be more accepting of this and probably not be as upset at all. But just to come out with this VR game, it's just called Half-Life Alyx, but you haven't seen Gordon Freeman or anybody like that, like any notable characters. Yeah, the masses are going to get like very, very upset about it.
Yeah, I can see that. I can see that happening just because of the fact that everything you just said, with it being the hardcore fans and stuff, and where it seems like it could have just easily made 3, but it's a ballsy move. I got to give companies.
Yeah, definitely ballsy move.
These are hit or miss, and when they hit, we're happy, So
yeah,
actually, I think.
Well, I'll say this game could come out and be an absolutely stellar game.
Yep.
It just matters, like, one, if you have a VR, and then how open-minded you are to it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So we'll see what happens with that. Next topic.
Oh boy.
Yeah, I'm about to rock the fucking foundation.
Oh boy. Dwolly earmuffs.
You're gonna hear a whole lot of cussing with this one.
Oh man.
All right. So anyone that
do you want me to do this for you, and then we can just lead into your absolute rant?
Well, for anyone that doesn't know, we do swear on this, so I'm just giving you a heads up. Parental advisory.
Parental advisory 18 plus.
Yeah.
Parental advisory is suggested.
I'm not gonna go super crazy with the cursing because I feel like I don't need the curse to make my point, but my point will be made by any means necessary.
Matsu, you want me to lead you into this?
Sure.
Okay. So, if you guys did not know, the Google Stadia recently got released.
Dora's like, oh yeah, this.
Dora's like, oh yeah, yes it did. We do have a bit of an article, so I'll read a little bit of it because it is not having the best of starts.
Can you use quotation marks when you say that, please? Anytime you use that
word. Quotes.
As release.
Oh yes, very true.
Softest
Google Stadia
release.
has released.
Every time you say released or it's out.
It's released. It's out. However, not everybody got theirs. But Van will get more into that. And I already knew this was coming because I read something. But unfortunately. So I'll just read a little bit of this article that I posted. All right. So this is from our friends at Forbes. From the beginning, Google Stadia always seemed like a hard sell. A subscription model paired with individually purchased games. Even if you were saving on hardware with its streaming tech, it still feels like quite an investment for either gamers who would need to find it as a better alternative to console or PC, or non-gamers who would have to be convinced to suddenly shell out for games like Assassin's Creed or Red Dead Redemption after avoiding the core industry to date. All of this was layered on top of technical questions like the fact that streaming games from data centers like their Netflix titles has been unproven tech and previous attempts have failed. And in places like the US with fixed ISP data caps, how would those hold up to 4 to 20 gigabyte per hour data usage? But on top of all that, there was one central question: would it even work? They spent the last week discovering that, at least for them and their own Google Stadia setup, the answer to that question is a resounding no. He says he is genuinely amazed with how shockingly bad Stadia has performed at my home over the course of many sessions. For context, I mostly play Stadia on the review and unit Chromecast Ultra on my TV with a few trials on my desktop PC browser connected through wireless. My internet is solid, probably better than most people's, with wireless speed ranges between 200 to 350 megabytes per second, depending on how the wind blows. Google's own Stadia speed check tool seems to think I am well over the requirement to effectively stream 4K games. Let's see if I can just basically cut this down. Well, let me tell you, something went terribly wrong here. Across all test titles I played, Shadow of the Tomb Raider, MK11, Destiny 2. What is GYLT? I don't know. Anyway, GYLT and Red Dead Redemption 2, I would get periodic stuttering issues with massive resolution and frame drops. I'm just going to end it there because basically it'll go on to say things like the input controls are not, on point. They're not fluid. Yeah. So Google Stadia. And for just a quick thing, when I was at PAX West, I tried it out. It ran okay there, but I did see a little bit of input lag when I was, testing it out over there. However, that was in a confined area, probably all wired and everything, and somehow there was still a little bit of input lag. So, and I'm assuming they had the best connection. So, I'm kind of not surprised at this, and that's all I'm going to say. I'll let Van go. Unless, Dolly, you have anything to say.
I don't have much to say on it, cause I haven't obviously tried it at all. The only thing I've heard actually about it recently is something that Kyle and I both watch on YouTube. Beat 'em Ups Woods. He got his apparently, and he could not log into the freaking service to use it. He could not get into the service. He had the hardware and everything, and I'm sure the tweet is still on his page right now.
Oh boy!
Where basically he could not log into the service, and he was, that's right, because they hopped into the queue to wait for customer support, and there was over 700 people in the queue to get help with the Stadia system, and he was like, after an hour, he'd only gone down 100 people in that queue in 1 hour. So, yeah, I'll find that tweet during Van's rant.
I'm just gonna. All right, so I have nothing left to say. Dwelly's done. I'm just gonna put my chair back and let Van take the floor.
Get your popcorn, kids. The show's about to begin.
You see this? I'm gonna use this before I get started.
Is that to pre-clean the filthy mouth that you're about to have, or is that for after?
Pre-cleanings.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
I don't like yelling with stinky breath.
I want to project the breath across the building.
So, this is debatable. Video games have been around, maybe, it's questionable, since the 1950s, they say, hypothetically. But we're going to go back to the first home console, which is 1972, okay? So we're talking 1972. It is 2019. We are talking about, give or take, 50 years, right? 50 years in gaming. And within the 50 years of gaming, we have not learned, with all the failures and the successes that we have had in the gaming industry. So with saying that, this new cloud gaming that we are now coming across to still actually isn't brand new. It's new, but not brand new. So Google, when they brought this Stadia to us, knowing that people were going to be skeptical, kicked down the door and said, we have the answer. This is going to be perfect. Me, man, said if there's any company that we can really put our faith in and have our 100% trust in, it's probably one of the most powerful, demanding, I don't even know any other words to use, acronyms to use other than powerful.
I can accurately say that you said this on the show.
The most powerful computer companies in the world, more than Microsoft, because Microsoft is a fragment of what computers is. And Google came in and said, hey, you know what? They run the internet. So let's say Microsoft runs computers, Google is the internet. They mastered it. They have so much power within the world of the web that they can do whatever they want, right? They have enough server power. They know how to really use their bandwidth efficiently. Microsoft doesn't have that ability. They don't have their hands into that. They can only make the hardware to utilize that stuff. But at the end of the day, it's still bottlenecks. Google has that power over Microsoft. So that's why I was like, you know what? If there's anyone that could do this, that I'm going to leave my faith in and trust in, it's Google. Google has the ability to do this. In my 37 years of living, and I have been disappointed on many accounts, have I never been more disappointed than anything in my entire life than this moment here. So they took my money. They took my money and said, okay, you are pre-ordering. Pre-ordering in my mind means I am ordering and purchasing a product before the release date so I can have it on release day, right? But come to find out, that is actually not a reality. I'm not getting it on release day. I'm probably getting it a week later. Okay, so what was the purpose of me pre-ordering? So the main focus of pre-ordering is so that way they can make enough products to give to their customers. So they know what the demand is for the supply. That's what that means. If you pre-order, I know what I'm getting, right? And then you limit those pre-orders. They never limited their pre-order. Well, actually they did. And then they started making a new model, right? So at what point in time did you realize that you may have overextended that? Like, what does a pre-order mean to Google? Obviously not. This is like the ABCs of pre-ordering. Like, it's not complicated. So not only am I not getting my product on demand, right? This is a cloud-based service, right? So the hardware I'm about to get means absolutely nothing, because actually what I'm getting is a controller, the Stadia controller, and then the Chromecast, right? So that way you can play it at optimal whatever, right?
Yes.
So those two things. But at the end of the day, they told us that we are going to be able to use any controller, PlayStation, Xbox, whatever controller, and connect to our Stadia. So can somebody explain to me why I can't get my code to sign into Stadia? Now, a purpose of me pre-ordering is so that way I could get my namer tag early, right? Yeah. Nope. Can't do that because I don't have a code, so I can't get into the software. If I can't get into the software, I can't get my ID. If I can't get my ID, that means I can't play a game. So with this being a cloud service, it is pretty cloudless right now. This is the most cloudless cloud service I've ever seen in my life, right? So on top of that, there are people that have pre-ordered in June when they announced the pre-order to be released that hasn't gotten their pre-orders, that hasn't gotten their codes. They can't get it. Now let's make this a step worse. There are people that got their controllers and got their hardware and still didn't get their codes.
I mean, perfect. Not to cut you off, man.
No, it's
while
all right.
you're talking, check the Facebook group chat. That tweet I posted, by the way, while you're talking. But anyway, please continue.
Oh yeah.
I saw it. Oh my god.
Actually, I'll pull it up. Do they have?
Please. So this is the same person I was talking about before. So he fell asleep and got back in the queue for Stadia.
Oh my God! What? How did that happen?
Don't know.
It went from 448 to 880.
No?
Oh my goodness! I love that. I love that GIF right on the bottom. This is you got to pump those up. Those are rookie numbers in this racket. And then Matt Dillon crying and getting old.
Yeah.
I mean, what? How? Oh, all right. And there's more. The Stadia controller should be able to play. Now, Stadia was supposed to be able to play on computer. It was supposed to play on phone, tablet, and supposed to play on TV, right? Well, the only thing that the controller actually works wireless with is the Chromecast, right? That's it. So that means if you have the phone, you had to plug the phone in USB into your phone. Oh, wait, I forgot to add. Guess what's the only phone you can use to play Stadia? The Google Pixel. They never said that during the conference. That right there was what made me cancel my pre-order immediately. Once I found out that I can't play it on my phone, there is no other reason why I need this. Now, I'm not a phone player. I have a laptop. I love my gaming laptop. NVIDIA graphic card, MSI, love this fucking thing, right? But with me, I want to be able to play it on the phone right now because I don't always have the ability to open up my big-ass fucking laptop that I have and put it somewhere and play. So, Xbox streaming has opened up that doorway for me, and now using my phone, I'm enjoying that. All I was missing was a controller. That was it. I've come to find out that's all I'm missing. So now I have a controller on my phone. I love it. Google, why push this out? And now, you know what they had the nerve to do, and it makes me want to take and I hate flying. I am terrified of fucking flying. I will take a flight down to fucking Google, knock on their door, even if I have to go to somebody's fucking house, and I will dead punch somebody in the mouth for this shit. Oh my God. I really don't get it. You have the nerve to now put the title beta after it? When did this become a beta?
I screwed up.
Yeah.
When the fuck did this become a beta? This wasn't released as a beta. This wasn't supposed to be.
It wasn't. When you went to pre-order, it didn't say beta.
No,
I'm sure.
no, it didn't.
And then the limitation of it's only going to work on a Google Pixel. Do they realize how much that limits the accessibility to people? I own an iPhone. Therefore, I would have no reason to buy this.
I got a Samsung. See?
I got a Samsung too.
The only person I know who has a Pixel is Kat. That's the only person I know who owns a Pixel.
I want a Pixel so bad, and now that just pissed me off to the point that I no longer want a Pixel. You know what I mean? What the? That's not what they said. If there was any company that has gone back on everything they said, it was fucking Google. It was It would be me too with Xbox, but only if it's available for iOS test flight and Android, but I can't test because it's not on test flight. So I'm able to play Xbox, and Kyle just got his invite. Did you get to play it yet, Kyle?
I got to get a new controller now because even the Elite that I have
is not Bluetooth.
Is not Bluetooth, so
Damn.
I have to go buy a new controller.
Yeah, so my son was playing Madden on it on the wireless service, and he loved it. And at first, at certain points, he's like, "Oh, Dad, it's lagging." And then he's like, oh, never mind. So obviously I'm going to hit dead spots on the way. But he loved it. Dude, there's nothing that makes me more disappointed. Like Google, I love Google. Still going to use Gmail religiously. I do everything that I possibly can with Google. I absolutely love it on a computer basis. But man, gaming companies outside of gaming companies need to fucking leave gaming alone. This is just officially put the fucking stamp on. If anything else hasn't, this officially put the fucking stamp on. If you are not involved with video games right now, if you are not in the gaming industry, stay the fuck out. Stay out. There are companies, oh my god. PlayStation, as much as we get mad at PlayStation, PlayStation would never do anything this stupid. As much as we get upset with Nintendo, as much as we get upset with Xbox, would never do something this stupid. This is like what they did was the golden rule. They just thought they could go on stage, hype everybody up, say whatever they wanted, and now say all this stuff wasn't coming until later. And they're going to be like, well, we didn't say it was going to be ready on release. Are you kidding me? Like,
that was the presumption. You didn't tell us otherwise. So why would we think otherwise that it wasn't going to be complete?
Yeah, you say, well, this is what it's going to be. Well, I'm expecting that's what it's going to be on release. Why else would you release it without release
It's like fully
features?
releasing any game and then getting it and it doesn't work and be like, oh, we never said it was going to be working when you got it.
Yeah. Oh,
you know?
We didn't say it was going to be playable. We never said that.
Yeah, exactly.
We
never said there was going to be data on that disc that you bought.
Yeah,
no,
like,
there's nothing on that.
That's a blank disc. I mean, come to find out, you don't even need it. That's just the code.
Right.
Like, oh my god. Like, and I think it's just because I've been disappointed. And like, I should have known because they didn't come out with a date for so long. They didn't come out for a date. I had it pre-ordered. And they said November, and they didn't come out with a date. And then I started getting nervous, and then they finally came out with the date, and I was amped. And then they were like, oh, they're going to push them out in order. And I'm like, okay, well, I'll probably get it within 24. Nope. Like, I canceled. As soon as I found out the Pixel thing, canceled. And then Game Over Greggy from Kind of Funny Games, dude had it in the trial version of it. And he wanted to go purchase games. Couldn't purchase it through the phone. Couldn't purchase it through the Chromecast. He couldn't purchase it through the computer, I think. And he had to purchase it through the Chromecast. What?
Wow.
What? Like, why can't I just go somewhere and purchase a fucking game? Like, that doesn't even make any sense. Anywhere I'm able to access the game, I should just be able to purchase it. Mm-hmm. Like, that doesn't even make any sense. Like, oh my god. Oh my god. I don't get it. I really, really, really don't get it. And they had the nerve to tweet, hey, founder, thanks for your tweet. Founders whose ordered were shipped out on November 18th will begin receiving their access codes throughout the day on November 19th and 20th. Sit tight. I will fucking kick you in the balls, Google. I will kick you directly in the balls. Wow. Maybe by the end of November 20th date, the company promised that at least the initial wave of founders would be able to play on day one. Stadia is not a box. You don't need a hardware to stop playing, remember? Right after we ship your order, but not earlier than 9 a.m. Pacific time, 11:19, we'll send you an email with an invite code. You can use it immediately to create your account and reserve your Stadia name and Stadia app on Android or iOS. Just for clarification, the first day is a little special. If we ship your order on 11/18, you'll receive the code on 11/19.
So I wanted to, towards the end of that, where did they say on iOS and what else you could reserve your name on?
Android.
But you can't play it on those phones.
No, you can reserve your fucking name.
You can make the name, but you can't play on it. No,
it's like don't forget the Switch.
Yeah, oh my god.
It's so funny because I got tweets where people using it. It says uses for your Google Stadia Founders controller while you wait for your access code to be emailed. Number 1, doorstop, and they have it used as a doorstop. That's fucking hilarious.
All right, I gotta ask the obvious question.
Oh, please don't make me any more mad.
No, and I know it's really, 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 really early in this, but okay. Is this the Steam box?
Oh, this is way worse than fucking Steambox. Way
Way
worse than
worse than Steam box.
way worse than Steambox.
So it's already
to
done,
me,
finitoed.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
this is an absolute fail already.
Oh man, all right. With it being Google, you had a lot of leeway. Like you could have came out the door and stumbled. These motherfuckers fell through the wall. They missed the door. Like they hit the wall. Like this is going to piss off so many people. And could they fix it and make it better? Oh, 100%. Like they could come back a year later. This is fucking Google. We'll be lucky if they didn't already disconnect everything. Like Google don't play. Google fails. They don't care. They're gonna cut ties, and that was them. That was their concern. That was what players' concerns were. If this doesn't work out, and I'm paying for a service, are you going to leave on me? And that was their concern. Dude, I don't know if they stick around after this. Like this is bad. This is bad. And just imagine all those publishers. How those publishers feel. Like at this point, if I'm gonna pay a full fucking price, I might as well get it. Dude, Game Pass. Dude, look at this shit. Look at this shit. Like streaming, Xbox streaming. This motherfucking shit isn't even out yet. Isn't even out yet, and I have more games than Stadia. How does a service that isn't even out yet have more games than Stadia? And these are all games that I would love to play. I could just go through this list. I would just go through this list. You know what I mean? Like, dude, I haven't got to play fucking Recore. And Recore had bad ratings, but I want to play some shit out of Recore. Rad. Dude, remember Rad at PAX? We were in for Rad.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm all fucking over Rad. I'll play the fuck out of Rad. Ori and the Blind Forest. I can play that right fucking now. Like, oh, you want to go more newer? Fine. All right, how about Just Cause 4? Right? How about Hellblade? Let's wet our whistles and just say the newest game on this list, Gears fucking 5. But yet you can't give me fucking Stadia that has a list of games that have been out for more than fucking 3 years? Newest game they have on that motherfucker is fucking Samurai Showdown. You know what I mean? And then they were only going to come release with like 12 games, I think they said it was. 12 games. And they upped it to like 25, I think. Like,
how could you launch with only 12 games with something of that magnitude? That makes no sense.
yeah, like, and it's not like you come out with games like that is if your system's backwards compatible. Like PlayStation 3 had nothing to worry about because they could always play PlayStation 2 games on it. You know what I mean? So that's why they could make $700 system because you don't have to buy new games because you can just use your old ones, right? So that's what worked for them. But go ahead, Kyle.
I just got to answer a question. I mean, there was one system that came out 2 years ago, closer to 3 now, that did actually come out with kind of like 12 games on release date. But, you know, that's kind of progressed a lot more in the last few years. It's the system, it's called the Switch.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that one. Mm-hmm. It's kind of progressed a little bit. Exactly that thing.
I mean, but like they've been in the game. They didn't come out with bad games. Like they didn't come out with old games. Like that's another thing. Oh man.
I think it also bothers me because it's not like newer games, but like these are games that are from third party developers that literally like you had to go and pay, be like, hey, we want your game, and they're like, okay, because they support Google because Google's got all this money and stuff. And yeah, it probably runs worse. I guarantee you MK11 probably runs worse than the Switch version of MK11.
Yikes, and that's saying something.
I played the MK11 version at PAX East on Switch, and I was like, well, sure.
It runs.
It runs.
All right, so I mean, I don't want to rant too much longer on this, just because I want you to be able to talk about the Gaming Awards as well.
No, because I got my ranting to do.
But I mean, like, in all actuality, can this get fixed? It 100% can. It's not a disaster that's too far from being over. The problem with the difference between Google and Steambox is Steambox is a particular crowd, which is PC gamers. PC gamers aren't going to console. Stop trying to pull them from PCs to push them into this PC console thing. They're not going to do it. And console players aren't going to buy this thing. Like they're not because it's not equal to the power of a regular console with the you know what I mean? Like there's so many different things that didn't work for Steam. Just people didn't buy into it, and that was that problem. People bought into Stadia. People bought into that. And like the difference between Stadia and Chromebox is Chromebox you have to physically buy something. You have to buy that box. Stadia, I don't have to buy anything. I already own it. So like literally it's just a membership. So more people are willing to spend the money on the membership. It's easier, I feel. That's just my opinion. That's why I think the big difference.
Pretty bad that this is literally just a membership service, and you can't give everybody a code.
Yeah.
So if you can't give everybody a code, that literally is just we're basically at Project X Cloud.
Yeah.
Except now you're saying this as the full version.
And that's why I say this is worse because the Steambox didn't failed business wise, but the product itself was actually a decent product. It's just they couldn't get their games to the par that it needed to be to run it where it was going to make that difference, if that makes any sense. And I don't think they end up getting a lot of support too. I don't think they got a lot of support because they can't just throw games on Steambox, I think there were some guidelines to it because not every.
You had to like transfer it.
But
from
I'm saying
your account, and it was like some weird shit.
But I'm saying as far as like Steam could just take anyone's game and put it on there, like they had to have permission to put their games on there. So I don't think it was just as simple as just because it's on Steam, they have rights to be able to put it on the system. I don't think it worked that way. So I think that held back. Dude, Google, you have the most powerful gaming companies backing you, publishers backing you. The most powerful publishers. That's all you needed. That's all. Every new game console that ever came out was missing that one thing, was publishing power. And they had it. And that's what impressed me about Google. I said, Bethesda backs them? Oh, they're all fucking set. You know what I mean? Bethesda, Ubi, EA, like all these big companies are backing them, and that's why I had faith in them. That's why I had faith in them. What the fuck? What a fucking disaster. What a disaster. So, but on that note, was there anything else?
They got a big old hill to climb. A big old hill. Might as well be like a perfect segue. A Death Stranding with a bunch of packages on your back hill. That's how bad of a hill they have to climb right now.
I agree. So that's it for me. I don't have to add. I don't want to add anything else. Again, guys, you know I was excited about it. I talked about it on the show.
Yeah.
And now I canceled. So
I'm about to say you were a full supporter of the Stadia. You were very hyped about it. And Google decided to be like, "Hey, Van,
they shit in my cereal.
Stick it up your ass."
They shit in my cereal.
Another way you can use the Stadia controller.
Yeah.
Stick it up your ass.
Stick it up your ass.
Up your ass.
Stick it up your soul.
Stick it up your ass.
But let me introduce this next one for you.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
So
I did share the link on Facebook.
Yeah.
So everybody could click it so they could go to the
Oh, I'm already there, buddy. I'm
the
already
page.
there, buddy.
I know you are.
All right, so the other day, was it yesterday or the day before yesterday?
It was
yesterday.
the day before yesterday, I believe.
Yeah. So a couple days ago, they announced the Video Game Awards, which will be on 12/12/19. So December 12th, the Game Awards is, which is typical, right? It's the normal time. Hold on one second. Go ahead. You can keep going with that. I can answer this phone call.
Okay, so. Well, I gotta definitely sign in with like my Twitter and stuff so I can vote because there are certain games I'm not voting for. So yes, the Game Award nominees were announced. And needless to say, well, personally, I'm pretty unhappy. But overall, a lot of people are not happy with this. So basically, the general aspect of this whole thing is that Death Stranding, the game, the very niche game that I would like to say, that a lot of people like and a lot of people really dislike, is somehow the game that has the most nominees out of every game for the Game Awards. Now, the general consensus is that everybody is already saying that this is a little controversial because the guy that runs the whole show happens to be Jeff Keighley. Jeff Keighley just happens to be buddy with a certain creator of Death Stranding. And also, Jeff Keighley is in Death Stranding. Kinda doesn't look good when you're putting a game that on some ends is getting a 9, but on other ends, it's getting a 6.5. Specifically, I'm talking about IGN giving it a 6.5 and GameSpot giving it a 9. There have been other platforms that gave it as low as like a 2 out of 5. Or other platforms are giving it like a 4 out of 5. Needless to say, it has been a very back and forth situation with Death Stranding.
A very mixed basket, if you will.
A massive.
It's a fruit salad situation.
Oh, that is the perfect analogy. Perfect. It is literally. I'm gonna say literally a fruit salad situation.
I'm quoting that.
Quote number what?
As soon as I add it, I'll let you know.
But anyway, so let's get into some of the categories before I start saying whatever about my Death Stranding thing, because we have to talk about the categories first.
Hold on, real quick. Oh, there was something I wanted to say about the Game Awards.
Uh-huh.
And I can't remember what it was. So I have to say, the Game of the Year nominees, that was pretty surprising.
That's a word.
Yeah.
Can we air quote that one too? Surprising.
Surprise.
All right. So what would we say? 2 or 3? I would say maybe 3 that we chose are actually up there. No?
Outer Worlds was one. Sekiro was another.
Oh, so we did say Sekiro.
Oh, we did. Oh, we said Sekiro. Oh, God, yeah. I said Sekiro.
But we didn't say Super Smash Brothers.
Yeah,
no,
Smash Bros.
We didn't even think Smash, yeah.
No.
RE2, I'm not surprised. I would have probably guessed that would be on there.
Yeah, RE2, we said that. We said that, and we said Death Stranding.
RE2, we said Sekiro, and we said The Outer Worlds would be up for Game of the Year.
We didn't say Death Stranding? I'm pretty sure we said Death Stranding.
I mean, I didn't. Sure I was adamant. I'm pretty sure I was adamant about that not being up for Game of the Year. I was. You probably said it. And Andre, no, you did say it. Who the hell am I kidding? You and Andre definitely said it's probably going to be up for Game of the Year. And I was very adamant of saying it shouldn't.
I mean, they built it up enough. It had to be almost.
not that it wouldn't be in there, but it shouldn't be in there.
It shouldn't. That's my. I'll get to that later because we got
a ways to go. Yep.
Yeah. Which, by the way, right now, if you sign in with your Twitter or Facebook, you can start putting in your votes for what you think should win each category.
So how many Twitter accounts did you create?
Whatever it offset Jeff Keighley's.
What am I at right now? 67. Oh, it's almost 5 digits.
Kyle
5 digits.
quit his job.
Buy Postal Service. Sorry. Oh, sorry.
Just to make sure certain games.
I'm kidding.
I kid.
For anybody that's watching the Postal Service, I'm kidding.
All right, but go ahead, my friend.
So let's go over. I don't know if we want to go over all the No, we'll go through the categories and we'll see if we want to discuss it or not.
Yeah.
We'll start from the bottom.
Work our way up to the game of the year.
Yep. So the first category I see is best VR/AR game. I already know what Van's vote's going to be on this one, but we'll go through them.
Making me scroll all the way fucking down. What's wrong with you?
Dude, literally, you got to hit view categories.
Trover says the universe is gonna win.
Honestly, that's what I would have. That's what I'm going to vote
Yeah,
for.
true.
Honestly.
Well, let's say the games are Asgard's Wrath, Blood and Truth, Beat Saber, No Man's Sky, and Trover
Ooh.
Saves the Universe.
I didn't even know No Man's Sky went to VR. To be
Same.
honest.
That's what I said.
So I'm a little surprised seeing this. So I don't think No Man's Sky is gonna win.
My guess would be it's between Trover and Beat Saber.
100%. I
Agreed.
agree.
Yeah, it might even honestly, I might even say Beat Saber. I've never even played it, but I've just seen so much good stuff about
Yeah.
it. So
Beat Saber's probably gonna win due to popularity. But I think all in all, like Trover Saves the Universe is a funner game.
we saw that at East right before the Borderlands 3 world premiere there. That was like one of the trailers, and it looked really good.
Yeah, so
Yes.
fun, so fun. Actually, T-Pain made a song about the game, saying that you should play. It's hilarious.
Nice.
Yeah, I love T-Pain, so seeing that was cool. So, but I believe Beat Saber's gonna. I think Trover's gonna win. No, who am I fooling? Beat Saber's gonna win.
I would say Beat Saber.
Yeah.
My
Beat
vote
Saber's
is for
gonna
Beat Saber.
Yeah, Beat Saber's gonna win.
And you love Beat Saber, Van, so
Yeah, I
just
do.
go with your gut.
Yeah.
Go for Beat Saber.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with my gut. I'm gonna go with what I would vote for, and it's Beat Saber.
Okay. All right, so the next category. We have Best Strategy Game. And the nominees are Age of Wonders Planetfall, Anno 1800, Fire Emblem Three Houses, Total War Three Kingdoms, Tropico 6, and War Groove.
Fire Emblem Three Houses.
I am voting. I'm actually going to start that soon off stream, but I'm going to play at Fire Emblem Three Houses. But my vote, because it's Nintendo. Sorry, I'm being biased. God damn it! I don't care.
It was a very popular game. It got to be very, very popular.
Yeah, my vote is Fire Emblem Three Houses. Although Tropico 6 has been has gotten a lot of praise too, but my vote is still Fire Emblem Three Houses.
Yeah, I actually have kind of no opinion on that, but like Fire Emblem obviously jumps out, so that would be mine too.
All right, next category: Best Sports/Racing Game. The nominees
Hold
are.
on. Can I just say something about this topic?
Yeah.
That is so fucking stupid.
Why lump them? That's kind of.
You're just saying this now.
Has it always been sports/racing?
It's always been Sports/Racing. Absolutely, yeah.
I never noticed it.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, I never noticed it.
Anyway,
Proceed.
the nominees are Crash Team Racing Nitro Fueled, Dirt Rally 2.0, eFootball Pro Evolution Soccer 2020, F1 2019, and FIFA 20.
You know when it's a bad year for Madden and NBA when Pro Evolution gets nominated over both those fucking games. And F1. And F1. That's crazy. That's crazy.
So on that note, even though I think FIFA 20 is going to win, my vote is for Crash
Of
Team
course it
Racing.
is.
Same, absolutely.
FIFA. My vote's for FIFA.
Okay. All right.
Oh,
They ran out of sports games, so that's why there's nothing else that could be up there.
Right?
ooh, this
All right.
category.
Oh, for
Yeah.
fuck's
Yeah, this category. Yep.
Okay, so the nominees for Best Score and Music are Cadence of Hyrule,
Ooh.
Death Stranding, Devil May Cry 5, Kingdom Hearts 3, and Sayonara Wild Hearts.
This is a tough one.
This is a tough one, actually.
I'm going to go with Devil May Cry 5.
Okay.
Cadence of
Rolling.
Hyrule is like a very close second. Kingdom Hearts is third.
Dolly?
No. You go next.
No, it's your vote because I'm
So-
going to go on a rant.
Because all right, so it's probably gonna accentuate your rant a little bit.
Do you want me to go first then?
Maybe.
You have
Yeah,
a
go
rant
for it.
about this?
Mine- About this? Oh, yeah.
I already know what you're gonna vote.
Oh, yeah.
Jesus.
My vote's for Astral Chain.
Oh right. We had this discussion already.
You can't,
What?
You can't
the
vote. You can't
fuck?
vote for a game that's not on there.
Oh, I'm swearing now. What the fuck, Game Awards? are you looking at here? First of all, all right, if we're going to add a sixth, because some categories have 5 and some categories have 6, where the hell is Astral Chain for the 6th freaking game? Are you fucking kidding me right now? Astral Chain, literally, and I said this on the show so many times, and I don't know what the hell they're looking at, but that freaking soundtrack from top to bottom is one of the best gaming soundtracks I've heard in a long freaking time. Every situation the music is in fits the fight. It's unbelievable. That soundtrack is amazing. And somehow it's not even on the same category as fucking Death Stranding? What music does Death Stranding have that pops out more than freaking Astral Chain? Honestly, I've heard one goddamn track from Death Stranding. I'm sorry. I've heard one track. And even our buddy goalie here has said, the music doesn't really pop out. Like, where the hell is Astral Chain? Sayonara Wild Hearts should be on there because it's a freaking music game to begin with. Kingdom Hearts 3, I get it. Disney and Final Fantasy together. I totally understand. Devil May Cry 5 had Devil Trigger. And I don't know what else with the game. But, but it's kind of like the same vibe as the Astral Chain music. Cadence of Hyrule, literally another music game. Probably should be up there. The fact that Astral Chain is not up here, it drives me insane. I don't even know. Totally, go ahead.
As Sheikah put it, playing through Astral Chain is like the music was like you were playing like an anime the entire time you were playing the game. So wait, what was your vote then? Was Cadence your vote then, Kyle? If you can't choose Astral Chain,
you can't choose Astral Chain.
If I can't choose Astral Chain, my vote's probably Cadence.
So I don't remember ever saying that like the Death Stranding music didn't pop out, but I think a good majority, to my knowledge, of that soundtrack was pre-existing music from artists that like Bring Me the Horizon and this band Uproar that pops up pretty frequently. I won't say the music doesn't fit the game because it does fit it really well, but I don't think it was necessarily catered to the game, as much as say like Astral Chain would have been catered to like every individual fight or whatever it might have been.
Yeah.
However, like I feel like if I had played all these games in this lineup, I would probably vote Cadence, but I haven't played it. So as much as it's going to pain Kyle, I'm probably going to say Death Stranding because for what music is in there, I actually really do like the music does fit the atmosphere in the game, but I just haven't everything from the third game over. I've not played and don't have any attachment to it. Cadence I haven't played, so I feel like I can't make a fair assumption, and I have enjoyed what music Death Stranding has had in it, so that would honestly be my vote. I still didn't say it was Game of the Year, Kyle. Okay.
I know. I'm just.
I know.
Dan.
I know.
Devil May Cry. Like I must say Devil May Cry because I just think I like the intense musics that they always have, and it just I think as far as it fits the game perfect. Like it really fits the game perfect, and it really sets the mood for it. I think there's a lot of good. I haven't played Death Stranding, so I don't know. So like I think a lot of these games, like Kingdom Hearts, like come on, that music fits it perfect. It's just it's a little too cheesy for me sometimes. Some of the music.
No, I get that.
But it's not bad. Like it's not bad music. It's not like I don't like it because it's bad music. It's just. But Devil May Cry hits that hard core music, and I like that.
All I'm gonna say is though, this is the last thing I'm gonna say about it. with
this category.
With this category with Astral Chain. Astral Chain literally had at the beginning of the game, like a legit anime like theme song that you thought that was like gonna be an anime TV series. Right at the beginning of the game, it did that, and like it set the tone.
It gave you
every
hype.
battle that I was in, like. It was so hype listening to that music going through the game. It was so good. I thought for sure, and I'm sticking to my guns, it should absolutely be a nominee. It is by far the biggest snub out of any category.
You were guaranteed You were guaranteeing us
I
it was going to be in
guaranteed
there.
it,
Yeah,
and it's
you
not
did.
on there.
Yeah.
That is by far the biggest snub out of every category. I don't care. Like when anybody says, by far
I'm
the
sorry.
biggest snub.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
You're right, though. I don't
You know what?
disagree.
If I were to compare it to anything, it was like you with Google Stadia, fam.
Oh, wow. That is saying something.
Well, he was hyped. I was all about
Yeah.
it, and yeah, we both got it shoved up our ass. Apparently,
No lube.
Hey, listen.
no lube.
I got nothing shoved up my ass, buddy.
I know.
I'm
It
only
didn't, even
kidding.
it didn't even make it there. It didn't even get to his doorstep.
Yeah, I didn't even get it to get it shoved up my ass.
That's what I mean.
Not even an email or anything.
No.
too.
Nope.
Oh man.
Can I say the next one because I'm very confused about something? So
You by all means go ahead.
so role playing game, Disco Asylum, Final Fantasy 14, Kingdom Hearts 3, Monster Hunter World, Iceborne, and the Elder Worlds. Can somebody please explain to me how Final Fantasy 14 is up here on this? And Monster Hunter. See, so they're allowing.
Because they're existing games, yeah.
But it's not
I guess they're
new.
allowing the new DLC.
Yeah, see, but that's.
You feel like they're sneaking their way in by doing
Yeah,
that kind of thing?
yeah.
Yeah, I don't. I feel like
I hear ya.
I'm kind of half and half. Yeah, I'm feeling that too.
But with that saying that, I think Monster Hunter World is gonna. I think Outer Worlds has a very good chance.
Same.
But I haven't got to dive deep enough into it to be like, hey, is this a good game? I haven't dived deep enough at all into it. So, and I haven't really heard much about it besides how close to New Vegas this is. But,
I mean, it is their dev, so yeah, I would expect it would be. you know?
yeah. But it's tough. Like Monster Hunter or Outer Worlds. Like I'll probably just vote Final Fantasy 14 because I've played Final Fantasy 14 a lot. I haven't played the new one, but I just think Final Fantasy 14 is a great MMORPG, a fantastic MMORPG. So yeah, I think Kingdom Hearts just fell short. I'm mad it's even up here actually.
I feel like for how much people were hyping Kingdom Hearts 3 for waiting for new Kingdom Hearts game,
Yeah.
I've never played any of them.
Yep, me
Any of
neither.
them. But for how much they hyped up, I feel like people like got it, and then it was just kind of like,
it just fell by the wayside.
It tapered down as quickly as it came up. Like I feel like people like kind of just went through the game, but they weren't overly excited about it. You know.
Not even a question. That's exactly what happened.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly what happened. Kyle?
My vote's Outer Worlds.
Same actually.
I mean, a lot of people have been, talking about Outer Worlds and how good it is, and how it has that, Fallout combined with Borderlands feel to it. It's big. It got a lot of praise at E3. Even your girls, What's Good Game said it was game of E3.
Yep.
So my vote's Outer Worlds. But watch it. Honestly, I'm not saying it's gonna win, but watch out for Disco Elysium because this has gotten a lot of praise as far as an indie game goes. With role playing. So watch out for Disco Elysium.
Yeah. The Outer Worlds too. I've been talking about the Outer Worlds for a while because I can't wait for it to come on the Switch, and that's what I'm waiting for is the Switch release for me to play it. But they supposedly, I think, they were going to put it on the Xbox streaming thing, but they didn't. But it is part of Game Pass. But the Outer Worlds definitely seemed like is a game that I really, really want to get into. And I said it when they first talked about it. I was like, dude, that's going to be low-key like a fantastic game. Like, not many people are talking about it. And I think that's the only reason why it doesn't have super hype is because it's not Death Stranding. Like, Death Stranding, like, Jesus Christ, like, we couldn't get away from the game. And it's so funny. They talked so much by talking so little about that game.
I was saying we knew nothing about the game. I'm like 20 hours in, and I still don't know what the fuck's going on. Like I'm learning more, but I still really don't know what the fuck's going on.
I think 3 years and 20 hours in, and still nobody knows what this game's about.
But didn't we already anticipate that though? Like
it's Kojima, so I mean, yes.
Does anyone right now to this day still know what Metal Gear is even about?
I mean, you would be the closest one to know, Van, probably.
Like, I played the fuck out of Metal Gear, and I'm still confused at many segments of that game. Like, I actually had to watch someone put it all together in YouTube for me to even make sense of what I know now. And I'm like, Jesus Christ, like, But I loved it though. It wasn't like it was so confusing that I hated it because they made it where it was entertaining. But Jesus. Next one is performance.
Best performance. The nominees are
You
Ashley
guys-
Birch
you guys
as
are gonna hate
Pavarti
me who I
Holcomb
vote.
in The Outer Worlds. Courtney, do I have to read them off? Because this is going to be a long read off.
No.
Do it.
Oh, he's all right.
Courtney Hope as Jesse Faden in Control. Laura Bailey as Kate Diaz in Gears 5. Mads Mikkelsen as Cliff in Death Stranding. Matthew Peretta as Dr. Casper Darling in Control. And Norman Reedus as Sam Porter Bridges in Death Stranding.
I already know who Kyle and I are voting for.
Laura Bailey.
Yep.
I'm voting for Mads.
Voting for Mads.
Yeah.
I've heard a lot about Mads, like just since like the game coming out, like, or you know.
But Kate's winning it. Okay. Anyway,
It's true. I just voted.
I gotta make it. Next one, best ongoing game. The nominees are Apex Legends, Destiny 2, Final Fantasy 14, Fortnite, and Rainbow Six Siege.
Whew. I think you already told me. I think what you were gonna go with, Eggy.
Yeah. My vote is Apex.
This one's tough for me because I feel like
It's a tough category.
I haven't. I'll say this because I was super hyped about Apex because I was like, oh, it's Respawn because I love Titanfall so much.
Yeah.
And I've only played it on PC and like it hasn't run that great for me. It's gotten better, but like I love like a lot of people obviously have loved the game and it's been competition for Fortnite and other BR games. But then again, like I've had quite a bit of fun with Siege and they have been implementing more and more stuff. So it's tough for me. I feel like I've got to vote Siege only because I have more experience there. Even though like Apex is definitely like a close second, and we know like Fortnite's at the bottom of that category, so we're just gonna leave it there. Should we continue on while Van's on his call? Just keep going through the categories.
Oh, is Dan Paul?
He's it looks like he's got a phone call.
Oh, I didn't even realize it.
Mhm.
Well, I'm just going through and voting now because I was like,
That's literally what I'm doing.
I did not make my. All right, Fire Emblem. Yep, get my vote in there.
I'm voting
Let's
as we're
see.
reading them.
Crash Team. That's actually a good idea, Dwally.
Uh-huh.
Oh, best score in music. I can't click the sixth one.
Wait, is it? Wait a minute.
I can't click the sixth one on best score in music.
Oh, you're going through the ones we already did already. I'm like, wait a minute.
Yeah, I can't click the sixth one.
That's
I know
weird.
there's 5 nominees out there, but where's my sixth one?
Can you fill in one? Like put in a
That's what I said the other day. I'm like, can we have a write-in?
Like a nominate one.
Can we have a write-in like in the elections?
Right.
That's what I want. Write-in Astral Chain. Thank you.
Yep. That's it.
I
need to play that game sometime.
Astral Chain?
Yeah.
Dude, it's so good. I know you're not a huge hack and
No,
slash.
I was gonna buy it actually, but money. I was gonna buy
I'll let
like
you borrow it, dude.
yeah, I know. I was thinking that too, but yeah, like a month or so ago, I was like, shit, I was gonna almost buy it, but
I'm
money.
done with it.
Yeah.
I mean, there's still some extra stuff that I
Yeah.
haven't gone through yet, but that's extra like end of game.
Yeah,
You know.
it'll be a
thing.
bit before I wrap
So-
up what I'm playing now. Anyway,
Yeah, I'll let you borrow it for sure.
sounds good. Then you can borrow Death Stranding. I mean, what?
I am not going to play the USPS.
You'll live vicariously through
Train
my
video.
playthrough. Heard that.
I don't even have to. Listen, I already told you. Today, I'm not even joking when I told you this. Literally, I went to pick up packages at my own P.O. box, and there were 4 of them. I had to balance 4 packages in my hand.
Were they from Kojima? Imagine though.
Probably playing a sick joke on me.
Right.
So I had to do that, and then I had to run out and deliver like a really important like envelope to a lady that really, really needed it. So I was like, Death Stranding.
Yep. That's it. You're on a mission. Let's go.
That's it. Death Stranding. I told you. All right, is Van still on call?
Yeah, looks like it.
The only reason why I can't tell is because I got
Yeah,
I got my chat covering him.
Yeah, it's covering him too on my screen, but yeah, he's still on the call by the looks.
Still on
Yeah.
call.
I feel like we should just maybe we'll catch him up when he comes back.
Yeah, we'll catch him up. We'll kind of go
Keep
through.
it rolling. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Ooh. All right. Okay. This is an interesting category, and this is
Oh,
one of
oh,
this is
oh,
one of the categories that I will say that that game deserves to be in. So, best narrative. The nominees are A Plague Tale: Innocence, Control, Death Stranding, Disco Elysium, and The Outer Worlds.
Can I say real quick on my vote for ongoing game?
Of course.
Oh, there you are.
Final Fantasy 14.
Final Fantasy 14 it is.
But it's not going to win. Fortnite's going to win.
Ew.
Apex is going to win. I'm just saying.
No way.
Anyway,
No way.
I'm voting Apex.
We all voted different.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say Siege. Yeah,
I'm sticking with Apex.
So Dolan, with Siege,
Yeah.
I have it, like, there's a good chance that game's going to win. Like, we want to talk about any game that's grown over the years, because, like, I was hyped about Siege before it came out, and when it came out, it, like, came out almost as a dead game. And it was only because they didn't promote it very hard. But once it went into like esports and people started to figure it out,
now.
but like that is my definition of like a true first-person shooter game. Like that brings me back to Rainbow Six Siege. Rainbow Six. What's it called? Rogue Spear. Years on PC, man. Like I love that game, and I love that Siege brought back. My son is like super into it. Like I'm so happy that he's into that game. So. I would love to see Siege win. I would love to see Siege win. But I have to vote Final Fantasy 14. Because that community is just so large. It's just so big, and they've done such a good job. But that lineup of games is really, really good. Like this
That's a tough one.
This is a really, really good game. So that one's good. So, and you said we're a narrative. Oh, and then the reason why I voted for Mads is because I love him in that show Hannibal. And so that's the only reason why I picked him.
Fair.
But
He's
narrative.
also a Bond villain.
Narrative.
Let's see.
This one's tough too.
I've never played Plague's Tale, so I don't.
I've heard a lot of good things about Plague Tale.
Yeah, agreed.
So even though I wouldn't vote for it because I don't have an opinion on it because I haven't played it, like I'm sure it stands a fair chance.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta go with feel. I know what I think's gonna win. I'm still not voting for it, but I know I think it's gonna win.
That's probably what I'm gonna vote for because that's the only thing I've experienced.
I'm not. No, I'm still not voting for it. I'm gonna vote.
Death Stranding is probably my vote because it's so fucking confusing.
No, I'm not supporting it. I'm not voting for it at any category.
See, this is where it becomes less of a point of like it's a bad game. It's just like, no, I don't care what you say. I don't even care. I don't support any ounce of it. I don't even support the USPS guy that delivered it to your house. I don't even support him.
That's so funny. That's so funny.
Oh man, listen, because it's gonna get the votes anyway. It doesn't need my vote.
It's fine because I voted for it.
I know. See, that's what I'm saying. Two of the people in this on this show voted for it.
But what I will say is, like, if it wasn't Death Stranding, I would probably choose Outer Worlds. Honestly, would be probably my second.
See, Air Control is so good. Like
I've watched it. From who I've watched play, it's like Jedi being a Jedi, like nonstop.
Yeah,
basically.
Yeah. I've kind of heard on-off things with Control. Not as bad as the other one, but
yeah.
I
just gotta go back to that other one, don't Jackie.
I'm just gonna say the other one.
The other one.
I will not even say. All right.
Other one.
The other one. Juicy one. All right, best multiplayer game. We got
I know.
Apex Legends, Borderlands 3, Call of Duty Modern Warfare, Tetris 99, and Tom Clancy's The Division 2.
I feel like if I had to guess, I feel like Kyle would pick Tetris 99.
That's going to be my vote. My vote's going to be Tetris 99.
All right, legit. Like, I mean,
I'm being serious.
I have not. All right, this is how I really got to catch up on games right now. I have not played Borderlands 3 yet. I haven't even played Gears 5 yet.
I was about to say, no Gears 5 yet.
Right. I mean, I played multiplayer, but I haven't played the story yet.
I played Division 2.
I'm very disappointed in myself.
I played Call of Duty. I played Apex Legends.
Yep.
Borderlands is the only one I haven't played on that list.
I haven't finished Borderlands yet, and I kind of fell off with like being interested in it, unfortunately.
Tetris 99, dude, I fell in love with, and I'm a big Tetris head, so like that's gonna be my vote because it's Tetris. It's a fantastic game. Like you can't take away from what Tetris. Like, dude, it's the oldest game.
Mhm.
And
Besides
it's
Pong, yeah, pretty much.
you know what I mean. And they brought it back, and everyone went ape shit because you're going against 99 people.
It's
Like
true.
that's insane.
Here's the thing, too. I'm going to say this, as far as genre of game goes, one game does not belong with the others. Which one is it? As far as genre,
No Tetris. They're all shooters.
which is why that's my vote.
Yeah.
Because Tetris did something, and we've talked about this before. Tetris did something completely different as far as the battle royale.
I'll say it's a BR. Like,
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
a battle royale.
Yep. Yep.
Tetris style.
Yep.
It's not a shooter.
Mhm.
It's out of that category. It is simply Tetris with 99 players. It is an absolutely crazy experience. And when you win a round, it's unbelievable.
Yeah.
You get like super excited when you win.
Shit, you're in top 5. You get super excited.
Top 5, yeah. No, my vote, and this is not because it's Nintendo, but because I think it stands out from the other 4 because all the other 4 are just shooters and stuff.
Mhm.
My vote's for Tetris 99.
Second.
Dooley?
You know, I haven't even played it, but I'm gonna go with Tetris also. Like the Division, I wouldn't have chosen because I've heard like so much mixed to less than admirable things.
Yeah.
Borderlands, like even though you do multiplayer, it doesn't come across to me as a multiplayer game because it's story based with a multiplayer option more so.
Yep.
Whereas COD and Apex are like, I mean, obviously COD's got like a campaign, but which was really really good by the way. I feel like so I'm gonna vote Tetris, but COD would be like my close second because I haven't bought a COD in I don't know how many COD. I say generations. It's every fucking year they've got another COD.
Yeah, I
But
know.
like in the last 5 or 6 years, this has probably been my favorite COD since that I bought. So,
Nice.
but yeah, I'm voting Tetris on this one too.
Cool.
I did come out of retirement for this COD.
You did,
I will
and you're
say that.
just you do damn well too.
It's fun. Yeah, COD is absolutely fun. I just think
I'm a little burnt
because it-
out on it right now.
I think it's because I can understand that.
yeah.
I just think because it's another first-person shooter in this category, it doesn't
Yeah.
stand out to me.
Yeah, I
So
agree.
that's why I vote Tetris 99.
hmm
Sweet.
Best mobile game: Call of Duty Mobile, Grindstone, Sayonara Wild Hearts, Sky Children of the Light, and What the Golf.
I'm gonna go with Call of Duty Mobile.
I think all of us are. I have a feeling.
I am amazed on how well that game is on mobile. Like I'm dumbfounded. I am and I'm not. The reason why I downloaded it is because I played PUBG
Yep.
on mobile, and it blew me away. It blew me away how well it ran on mobile. It runs better on mobile than it does Xbox.
Which
And
is
I say that
sad,
all the
so
time.
sad.
I say it all the time, and I'm not kidding. Like, I love making fun of Xbox because it's fun, but like, I'm not saying it to make fun of Xbox. Like, I'm saying it because like legit.
It's
like,
fact.
Yeah,
It's a
that's
fact.
just how it is. But Call of Duty Mobile is it's crazy how good it runs on mobile. Like, I was really impressed. So, that's my vote.
Same.
My vote is for Call of Duty Mobile, but I'm gonna say this as well. What a disappointment from Nintendo that Mario
Oh.
Kart Tour did not make the nominee.
I think it's too brain dead of a game.
No, I agree. Like honestly, Mario Kart Tour, the game itself, as far as mobile goes, it runs fine.
Yeah, it's problem. It's not running. It's a brain dead game.
It's just and it's a money sucker game. Let's put it that way.
There's nothing that could have prevented it from running the way that it runs on the Wii or the
Right.
Switch. I'm sorry.
Yeah, and it's just a money sucker game. Let's put it that way. It's literally
Yeah.
what it is. Like
It's a cash grab. Is that what
it
you're
is.
saying?
It's an absolute cash grab. It is by far a cash grab. So, yep. So big disappointment from Nintendo. Next category. Ooh.
I know my pick.
Best
I do
indie
too.
game. The nominees are Baba Is You, Disco Elysium, Katana Zero, Outer Wilds, and the untitled Goose Game.
Go ahead, Kyle.
Oh, the goose.
Yeah, I knew it.
Oh, the
Yeah.
goose. Oh,
Oh.
the goose.
Also the goose.
Oh, the goose.
I'm going Outer Worlds. Outer Wilds.
Outer Wilds.
Oh, we're having a
I,
Norman.
I
sense
always
again.
do it. I always do it between those two, Outer Worlds and Outer Wilds. Outer Wilds. Yeah.
Which actually, I do own Outer Wilds, thanks to Andre. Thank you, Andre. Which he's not here if you didn't notice, guy.
Oh yeah, that's right. We didn't even say, hey, Andre's not here with
Well,
us.
you know what? Because he hasn't been here.
Yeah, true.
So you know what? Him and his whatever. I know what he's doing.
I was gonna say you're gonna get yourself struck by lightning. Be careful.
I know. I know what he's doing. I know what he's doing. It's understandable. But anyway, yes, Goose Game is my nominee. Next category. This one's interesting. I need to get more into this category, but it's games for impact, which, if you don't know, it's for a thought-provoking game with a pro-social meaning or message. The nominees are Concrete Genie, Grease, Kind Words, Life is Strange 2, and Sea of Solitude. Nothing for me. I was like, silence.
Life is Strange too.
I had a feeling.
Yeah, you knew I was going to say that.
See, but this is why I kind of want to I need to really research with these games, because this category literally is which game had the biggest meaning to it.
Shit, Sea of Solitude came out? I didn't even realize that game came out.
Yeah, Sea of Solitude came out.
Fuck. I didn't even realize that game came out. I was so amped to play that game. I'm gonna vote for Sea of Solitude because that was the game that got me more amped out of all of them. Life is Strange, I know how huge of an impact that has. All these games are fantastic games. This is not going to be an easy thing. Concrete Genie is about bullying and stuff like that. Like this is an awesome thing. This is gonna be tough. This is gonna be real tough.
This is a tough.
But I'm gonna vote for Sea of Solitude, even though I don't think that's gonna win. I think these other games are more of a standout games. Life is Strange has been going for so long, and it's just been winning awards after awards. So I think they're going to win, but I'm voting for Sea of Solitude.
See, I'm just trying to. What was the meaning behind Sea of Solitude? I mean, I've seen the.
I think depression.
Yeah.
Is it depression?
Yeah.
Okay. Life is Strange 2 is kind of like.
There's
Well, you would know.
There was a lot to it.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's a little bit of everything.
Yeah, there's a lot of intolerance and racism shit in that game too. There's a lot that covers a lot of different topics. It covers
Okay.
it's a lot of hardship and things like that, especially in the second one.
See, my whole thing is what has the advantage? Does Life is Strange 2 have an advantage because it kind of tinkers with a lot of different categories, or does something like Sea of Solitude that's kind of solely
So specific.
specific like depression, or Concrete Genie as far as bullying, get it? That's what's. I'm gonna say. And this is why I got to look up Kind Words and Grease too, because. But if I'll have to do more research on it, but my initial vote right now, I'm gonna say Sea of Solitude, just because it focuses solely on something. But Life is Strange, if it goes in the other direction, Life is Strange 2 is gonna win it.
This next topic.
All right, for this, all right, game direction. The nominees are Control, Death Stranding, Resident Evil 2, Sekiro, Shadows Die Twice, and Outer Wilds.
I have to say Death Stranding because I don't know what the fuck it's about.
I was gonna
yet.
say the game direction, because there's no direction it's not going in, and we still don't know what direction it is going in.
Because this is all about creativity and vision, and I definitely have to say that Dolan made a great point. Controls like Jedi. It's the typical superpower ability.
It's looked really dope. Like, yeah,
Yeah.
don't get me wrong. I haven't played it, but I've watched quite a bit of people
But
play
to
it. And
say
they really enjoyed it.
it's innovative, it's definitely not. Maybe the story is, but
Mm-hmm.
the idea of it. Resident Evil 2, come on, it's a remake. What do I have to say anymore? It's not fucking innovative. And then Sekiro Shadows Die Twice, I think that's pretty close.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. And then Outer Worlds, cool, but it's still an indie game, so you're not going to get the story that you're going to get. I mean, I don't want to say because it's an indie game, because look at
Yeah, I'm about
fucking...
to say.
You're less likely, but
Yeah.
Yeah, we can't really say that now because of how big of an impact indie games made last year.
Yeah, because like whatchamacallit, the game Dolan, you end up playing too, the one about depression, bipolar.
Oh, Hellblade.
Hellblade, yeah.
Oh, I haven't even played it yet. Actually,
Oh, no.
I have it, but I've watched it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But Death Stranding, like, is just that
All
idea,
over the
man.
place.
Whew. Wow.
So does that mean it actually has a direction though? I could
the
go with
direction
that.
is no direction.
That's my point.
It's like you don't take any main roads, you take every back road. That's what Death Stranding basically. And you don't have you have no GPS or map. You're just like, okay, here we go.
Yep.
Huh.
I'm just gonna get out of the way and say Death Stranding will be my vote too.
This is the one category where I will admit that it probably should win. I'll give it my vote.
I feel like that was the heaviest click of eggplants.
As much as I want to just randomly vote Resident Evil 2 out of spite,
Yeah.
the fact is it's not really going in a different direction.
Yeah.
It's
a remake.
It's a remake. But we've been talking about this, Vance. Should we be shitting on it because it's a remake?
Nope.
No. It was a great remake.
It was a fantastic remake.
All right. So the reason why I'm not voting for it is because I feel like Resident Evil itself has already been going in this direction of
course.
Third person over the shoulder. They're just getting a little creepier.
But
now.
that's what I'm saying though. It's in the wrong title. Like, how can we call that creative and innovative? Like, it's not. It's Resident Evil 2, the remake. Like, in Game of the Year, that's different. Like, I could argue whether that could be or not be Game of the Year, but to say that it's innovative, I can't sit there and say, yeah, no, it's innovative, because it's not.
No, I agree. Because they've done it numerous times. Like, they've been doing it since Resident Evil 4. Then they did it in 5, and then they did it in 6. The only reason why they put it up there is because they made it more creepy with the third person view, which is fine, but this is an established system already. So.
Right. Ooh. Fresh new indies.
Fresh new indie. So this is for, I believe, first-time creators.
Yep.
Recognize a new independent studio that released its first game in 2019. The nominees are Zaum for Disco Elysium, Nomada Studio for Greece, Dead Toast Entertainment for Van's other favorite game, My Friend Pedro. Mobius Digital for Outer Wilds, Mega Crit for Slay the Spire, and why can I not zoom? Oh, hello, House for the Untitled
Goose Game. I wasn't sure who I was going to vote for, and then I saw Untitled Goose Game, so that was an obvious vote.
I mean, I'm always just gonna vote for Untitled Goose Game.
Same.
Because it's up there.
Although My Friend Pedro, I've heard a lot of really good things about.
Yeah, we were amped about that game for a while.
We were super amped, but I played it at PAX East.
It was bad.
Both were kind of
tough.
Yeah.
Tough.
It was tough controls. Yeah.
I'm gonna go with Mobius Digital. Mobius Digital for Outer Worlds.
All right, what I think is going to win, just because I've been hearing a lot of praise about it, I
Disco
think
Asylum.
Disco Elysium is going to win.
Elysium? Yeah, Elysium.
All right, next category. Oh! This is a me and Van category.
Yep.
We have best fighting. Oh, man,
come on! All right, so I want
one of these on. Okay, all right, I gotta get him through. I gotta get through this. Best fighting game. The nominees are Dead or Alive 6. Fine. Jump Force. Why? Mortal Kombat 11. Samurai Showdown. And let me just get my voting quick. Super Smash Brothers Ultimate.
All right, do we even have to discuss this? Like, really, do we have to discuss this? Is there a question what's going to win?
Yes, but we have to discuss it for a different reason.
Okay, so yes, I do think Jump Force does belong on there. I do. I do believe Jump Force belongs in there.
What else is going to go on there? That's the thing.
And to be honest, I am surprised that it's on there. To be honest,
Well, they needed to put
Blaze
some
Blue could be
other
up
game.
there. Blaze Blue could be up there.
Why isn't Blaze Blue up there?
Dragon Ball Fighter Z.
No, it didn't
came
come out this year.
Nope, didn't come out this year. No. Yeah, no, it came out last year. So with saying that, I think Jump Force is a good game. It's.
Oh, we played that at East,
Wait.
didn't we? Yeah, you and I played it at
played
either
it
South or East.
South.
It was very hectic.
Yeah.
Like super crazy fast.
There's really no real
There's no
science to
mechanics.
it. Yeah, like
There's no mechanics
and
out
that's the
there.
problem. But I enjoy Jump Force a lot, so I do enjoy a game. But come on, Super Smash Brothers, get out of here. Super Smash Bros. Is questionably the best fighting game ever created right now. That's the debate.
I can't disagree with that. Let's put it this way: the one game I feel bad for in this category,
Samurai Showdown.
exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. I feel bad for Samurai Showdown because, to be perfectly honest, the gameplay that I saw, as much as I was like, this might not be the fighting game for me personally, but the way it looked and played is really good. I feel bad because it's gonna get dwarfed by Ult Smash and Mortal Kombat. Even though I probably would say it's a better fighting game than Mortal Kombat 11.
Like all these games are really, really, really good. It's just a shame Super Smash Bros. Is just way too much better. Like people are gonna see it and be like, "Oh, Smash!" Like immediately, immediately.
That was me. Yeah, literally.
I was like, well, wait a minute. Jump Force to me is okay.
I've had FGC players come up to me and say, "Smash Bros. Super Smash Ultimate is the best fighting game ever." So
It's that good.
Yep.
And just the DLC. All right, and I don't know if we really got into. Yeah, we kind of did actually. Like the recent DLC has been incredible.
yeah, DLC, the how much they care, how much they're putting in. Did you hear about the thing that they did with Pokemon? I hate this. I absolutely hate this. I think this is so stupid, but I get it, and it's a good move. They are for a week, I think, putting Pokemon from Pokemon Sword and Shield as spirits into Smash Brothers.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
That's pretty sweet.
What up, UGS B-Boy Dragon? It's
What
okay.
up,
You
Dragon?
can lurk. You can lurk. GG's on the Blaze Blue for Battle Dome, by the way. Thank you. Thank you for your help. I appreciate it. Yeah, so cool. Next topic.
Best family game. Oh wow.
So this is a good one. Like there's some good
this is-
games on here.
This is tugging at the heartstrings from me right now. Oh boy. All right, best family game. The nominees are Luigi's Mansion 3, Ring Fit Adventure, Super Mario Maker 2, Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, and Yoshi.
Can we just call this
Selected
the
World.
best Nintendo game? Can we say best
It might
family
as
fun
well be.
Nintendo category?
Literally, it's all Nintendo games.
So I've heard a lot of super positive things about Ring Fit Adventure.
Same.
Which I am absolutely shocked and disappointed in people for thinking it's a good product. I hate the idea of the product. I'm sorry. I hate it.
But it's working.
I hate it. I hate it.
It's working though.
It's
I mean,
dumb.
I don't have it, but it's working.
It's dumb. It's dumb. It's not for me. And whatever's not for me is dumb.
kind of like. Do I have any? No, I don't. I don't have any cardboard. I mean, cardboard. With me right now.
Cardboard.
That's been a while since I did that.
Cardboard.
I have 0 cardboard right now for a Labo.
You may have.
Well, you got a Labo in your room by any chance?
Of course
A
you
Labo?
Do you have a Labo? Do you have
You mean
any?
a box? Yeah, I've got a
Right.
box.
Do you
in
have
my
any?
room.
Do you have any cardboard with you?
Yeah, why?
Well, I was about to say because Van needs to see a Labo or something.
I don't need that CL level. So, though, did you see
I've got my Gears Lancer box. Is that close enough?
It's fucking
Wow,
It's
that
a
is massive Labo.
yeah, massive Labo.
Did you see the topic?
Oh, which one are we on right now?
Family games.
Best family game.
Oof.
Yeah,
Again,
that's a big oof.
yeah. Oh, I feel like I feel like Luigi's Mansion might be my choice, but I haven't played it, so
It's so good.
I know.
I don't think Super Smash Bros. Is gonna win. I'm voting for Super Smash Brothers, but I don't think it's gonna win because it's not really. I don't think when families want to play a game, they're
Yeah.
thinking Super Smash Brothers, but I don't think they're thinking Luigi's Mansion either.
Yeah.
Well, Luigi's Mansion has multiplayer to it.
I guess the best for family. Yeah. I get that. I get that. But I think someone would rather play Super Mario Maker 2 than Luigi's Mansion as a family. I don't think families are thinking Luigi Mansion. I think hardcore gamers are thinking Luigi Mansion.
You know what I'm surprised isn't on here, which came out this year. Didn't the new Mario Party, or was that last year?
I can't. That's what I was trying to figure out. If
That
Mario
was
Party-
last year.
Was
Was
that
it?
last year?
Yeah.
Because Mario Party is actually not that bad. Mario Party is actually pretty good.
It just sucks if
it's
you
not
want to play
bad.
with anyone online.
Yeah.
It's,
Yeah.
And the stages are mad small.
Yeah.
And there's not, and they didn't do any support for it,
Nope.
which drives me nuts.
But
Okay. Oof.
moving on. Can we skip all the esports stuff? Because I'm kind of running out of time.
Oh, I gotta put my vote in first. Oh shoot.
I'm just gonna say I'd vote for Smash just because it gives you more options
yeah,
to play
it's
with more people, so that would register as kind of more family to me. But
So you're going with Smash? I thought you were going Luigi's Mansion.
yeah, I'll go with Smash.
Van,
What?
what's your vote?
Smash. And it's like I said, it's to me, it's not really a family game, but
Just
I'm voting
to
Smash.
be different. Just to be different, even though I have a gut feeling Smash is gonna win. Just to be different. Mario Maker 2.
Okay.
I don't disagree.
Next one.
Can we skip all the esports stuff? Besides, we can do esports game of the year.
That's fine. I don't even know.
I chose Overwatch.
Yes.
I'm just choosing Overwatch stuff.
All right, so I'm choosing Overwatch. The category is esports game of the year, and the games are Counter Strike, Go, Dota 2, Fortnite, League of Legends, and Overwatch. I'm voting Overwatch, even though
Same.
watching League of Legends is so dope in person, and I didn't think it would be, but I went to the Fleet Center and watched him, and boy, it was dope. So
Went to the Fleet Center, huh?
yeah, it was a few years ago. Went with the boys, Dustin and all them, and it was.
I was about to say, I think it's funny that you call it the Fleet Center still.
Yeah, the garden.
I know.
So let's start from community support. Recognizing the game for outstanding community support, transparency and responsiveness. Apex Legends, Destiny 2, Final Fantasy 14, Fortnite, Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six Siege. I'm gonna go with Final Fantasy 14 because they go up for updates. Actually, no, community support.
I think I know why. I think
it's
I
a
know.
tough category.
I think I know where you're torn right now.
I think I'm gonna go with Fortnite.
Honestly,
Yeah,
this may be the one category I vote Fortnite for
yeah.
because they're constantly updating shit.
Dude, more than I really like. I hate how much they update. Do you know how many times I have and how many things I have to update in this lounge?
Every time you play.
Dude, it is so fucking frustrating. Like 3 times a week. I've done the most of almost 4 times in a week. Yeah, no, they're very, very supportive to their community. Very supportive. So I definitely have to do Fortnite. Final Fantasy, the close second. Tom Clancy updates and they still go, but they kind of do like, hey, you guys are gonna like this. And
It's like a
gonna be
big
cool.
patch. Yeah.
Yeah. But like same thing with Apex. Apex is just completely behind Fortnite with a lot of the stuff they do. But man, Fortnite and Fortnite's a completely different beast.
I'll bite my tongue and say Fortnite.
Yeah.
Can we, even though we skipped everything, what about content creator of the year, which was right
Oh,
under
that's
that
right. I
category?
forgot you guys are into that too. Courage, Dr. Lupo, is it Woke?
Ewok.
Ewok. Gregov and Shrewd. I think from what I'm hearing everyone telling me, is it Shroud?
Shroud.
Shroud.
Yeah, Shroud.
From
Shrewd.
what
I'm just thinking of The Office now.
Oh, shoot. Yeah. Shrewd Farm. From what I'm hearing, it's between Dr. Lupo and Shroud.
I'm voting Shroud.
I'm honestly voting Ewok, and that's only because I recently heard. So she's, I think, 16. She just moved over to Mixer, and she's deaf.
Oh, that's right.
Actually.
She did move over to Mixer, right?
Mm-hmm.
She was
She's on. I think she's on Phase. I think, but I saw. I'm voting. I'm voting for Ewok on that one.
Ewok was the one that got swatted, didn't she?
I don't know.
I
Well,
can't
that's kind of a really, really dick move. That
because she was the one that won the Fortnite tournament, right?
No, it wasn't her. It
No?
was someone else. I think. Yeah,
I think she did. I think she still got swatted though.
it could have been.
Yeah.
that's unbelievable.
But yeah, I don't have a vote because I'm not super into the popular people when it comes to streaming. Like usually I'll pop into some random ones, but
Shroud would probably be my second.
yeah.
I'm just going with my gut. I think Shroud's gonna win this one.
Cool. Audio design.
Oh, audio design.
You got Call of Duty Modern Warfare, Control, Death Stranding, Gears 5, Resident Evil 2, and Sekiro Shadows Die Twice.
This actually is a tough category for me to
How
choose.
dare they pull at my heartstrings by slapping Gears 5 and RE2 right next to each other?
I'm gonna go Gears 5 because Gears 5, like I was impressed with the sound effects and there's so much shit that's going on. I thought that was pretty cool. Oh, Call of Duty though.
My vote. I gotta go Gears.
This one's tough.
It is tough.
This is actually the first one that I'm like not considering Death Stranding at all on this one. I think I'm actually gonna have to go RE2 because I think this is kind of a poor situation because I think for most of Gears my sound wasn't playing correctly through my earbuds, so like sometimes things that were off to my left sounded centered through half of the game. So maybe it would have hit me a little more then, but I don't know. RE2 is just like the atmosphere of that game, and fucking Mr. X and shit just.
Oh, that's true.
And just like hearing him like here, like in know like what floor he was probably on based on like the depth of like hearing or where it was coming from. So I've got to go RE2 actually.
Okay. All right. I don't know why my.
It's a very, very like small difference for me between Gears
really
5 and
close.
RE2. All right. Next category.
Yeah, I'm sticking with Gears 5 if that's what you're waiting for.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm sticking with Gears 5.
All right. Moving right along. Best art direction. Best art
Yes.
direction. Best art direction presented by Samsung QLED. I might get a TV soon. Anyway, the nominees are Control. That's Stranding. Grease. Sayonara Wild Hearts. Sekiro Shadows Die Twice. And The Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening.
Supporting the boy Link.
Same.
Link.
Yep.
I thought I was so impressed with the way that looked.
Same.
Yeah.
I was blown away.
Someone compared it to it looks like Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. I'm like, I can kind of see that.
Very
actually.
true.
It's like I can see where you get that from.
I see it.
Yep. So,
All right.
I'm saying-
All for Link. I like it. Next. Oh, here we go. We're getting nitty gritty now. Best action adventure game. The nominees are Borderlands 3, Control, Death Stranding, Resident Evil 2, Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening, and Sekiro Shadows.
Can I say mine first? Because I think for you guys, it's almost something I already know, and I don't want to make it seem like I'm tailing you guys, so I want to say it first.
Yeah.
Resident Evil 2.
Oof.
That's probably what I'm going to choose, honestly.
Yeah, that's why I want to say. Because, dude, Resident Evil 2 is just a classic game, and when it comes to action and adventure, man, for you to remake it and then remake it better, like, that's incredible. That says a lot. Like,
It
that
was
game is
really, really good.
That game is full of action, full of stuff that's going on. It's just,
Yeah.
I can't even tell you how many times I've
Everything's-
jumped. Yeah.
The amount of clips of you, Kyle, getting hit in the face by Mr. X with the door. Oh my God.
Yeah.
There were so many good moments of watching you play that.
Can I just have to apologize to somebody quick. Link, I'm sorry.
No, you're not. Because come on, in comparison, Link's Awakening to all these games, it shouldn't
But
even
it-
be up there. How are you
but
gonna do
it's
that to Link?
Link.
They're just doing that to make people twist.
But it's Link, and he looks so cute, and he's Link, and he's one of my top 3 characters.
The
I'm
game's
sorry.
the game's good. Don't get me wrong. The game's
I think
good.
it's kind of an odd pairing amongst all those other games, to be honest. Like
100%.
there's so much action in all the other ones, for the most part, that like not that Lynx didn't have action, but it just I feel like he was he was kind of unfairly placed in that category.
He
I
really
feel.
was.
He's kind of outmatched.
Yeah, he really is.
And, I'm just saying this could have been one of the 5 nominee categories, and the other one could have went to best score music for 6. Astral Chain.
It's not even. It's not even like, hey, they could have had like Breath of the Wild, and I'd be like, that has a way better chance. You know what I mean? Like way better chance. Just like
Yeah.
Link's Awakening, really?
I know, right? Oh man! All right. Oh boy, this is tugging really at the strings right now. Best action game. The nominees are Apex Legends. Hey, I found it. Astral Chain, Call of Duty Modern Warfare, Devil May Cry 5, Gears 5, and Metro Exodus.
So I want to say Astro Chain, but I'm going with DMC. I want to say Astro Chain, but I'm gonna go DMC.
Okay.
I'm honestly probably going Gears 5 on this one.
Ooh.
Mm.
Oh man. You know what's bad? It's like I see Gears 5, and Gears is one of my favorite categories. Then I see Astral Chain, and it's Nintendo, and it was really good. I kind of have to go with what I think is going to win. Or I could just vote for Gears.
So you guys like Gears that much? Was Gears
I
that
still
good?
have to play the story mode, but like the action from when I play the multiplayer is like insane.
You're going Gears.
I almost just want to vote Astral out of spite, but Gears is Gears, and like it's one of my franchises, so I'm going Gears.
Good choices. Good choices. Finally,
Oh boy. All right, so the nominees for Game of the Year are
I am stumped on how this made that up. I
Control.
I didn't expect this game at all.
Control.
Flabbergasted.
I
Stranding.
am flabbergasted.
Schmeckeldorfed.
I got to the nominees.
I don't know what that is, but I'm that too.
Control, Death Stranding, Resident Evil 2, Sekiro: Shadows Die Twice, Smash Bros. Ultimate, and The Outer Worlds.
Smash Bros is another one. I am floored.
So what I do want to say is, I think I told Kyle this too. I feel like as amazing of a game as Smash Bros is, I feel like I don't feel like it should be in Game of the Year category in a sense, because I don't know. It just doesn't. It's kind of like that scenario with Link just now, where it's like obviously it's like an amazing game, but I feel like it's. I don't know if it's because we've had so many Smash games in the past. Not that doesn't make it qualified, but I don't know. It just seems out of place to me in the Game of the Year category for some strange reason.
It
It's
definitely
not as out of
does.
place as the other one.
No, Control.
I don't know. I don't even care. I don't even care what anybody says. Like, seriously. Now we're going to play the one doesn't belong in this category and should replace with DMC 5. Guess which one?
So do you think? All right. So I'm surprised by Control. I am super surprised by Control. I gotta say I'm not as surprised as I am with Smash, but I from what I'm hearing, Control is a phenomenal game, and everyone keeps talking about it. So, as much I'm surprised, it makes sense. Does that make sense? I guess as
You're
far
kind
as
of saying what I would be saying about Death Stranding right now. I'm not going to lie.
I mean, I'm not surprised Death Stranding. I knew Death Stranding was going to be.
It should. I don't care. It should not be up there.
Come on.
Why is it up there?
Really?
Oh, God, I'm gonna lose it.
Really? You should be
Ben,
saying that about
Ben.
Smash more than anything.
Ben, let me ask you a
Yeah,
question.
actually, so could you elaborate on why, like, considering you haven't
Okay.
played it, so like, yeah, like,
I
obviously,
know I
it's-
haven't played it. Okay, I know I haven't played it.
but yeah,
get it.
I actually want like your opinion on like why you're like you don't want it there. I guess.
I don't want it there because here's the thing. What is the commonality between the last, categories of game of the year for me? And that is that all across the board, games were getting good scores. All across the board from major companies. Again, as much as I don't like IGN, like they're still a major company that you have to give consideration to. Across the board, they got good scores and stuff. And that's why, Breath of the Wild won 2 years ago, but Odyssey was really close and Horizon was really close because they all got like 9.8 10s across the board. God of War, 10s pretty much across the board. Red Dead Redemption 2 was pretty close to 10s across the board, but
and
9.5.
Red Dead pretty much swept every category except for Game of the Year, which was really surprising.
Right, but you know what? It was literally you and Andre saying all the things from the game that made me think, wait, but if this is happening, this is happening, this is happening, then why would I be voting for it? In God of War, all I've been hearing is like the story's amazing, this is amazing, this, this, and this, and this, and that's why I changed my vote the night of.
Yep.
And I said God of War is going to win. I went with Vance, but what said it the whole time that
Yep.
God of War was going to win,
And it did.
and sure shit it did. For me, the Outer Worlds across the board got good scores. Smash Bros. Ultimate across the board got good scores. Sekiro, Resident Evil 2, Control. I have to look up Control. I'm sorry, I did not check the reviews on Control.
But so I guess what I was gonna say is like, so the general theme is it seems like you're basing it off of that other games had more consistent scores across every board opposed to Death Stranding, which had like everything from really low to like really high praise.
Literally, it's been a mixed bag from everybody.
Yeah.
It's like people are just like absolutely hating it, or people are like very intrigued. But the consistent. I'm not saying the story is bad, because as far as I've been hearing, the story for Death Stranding is really good, and I firmly believe it is. But consistently across the board, all I've been hearing is that the gameplay is questionable. Like even you telling me the other day, Dwally, like you have to hold L and R and then X, and also at the same time move your control stick just to be like moving and doing a certain thing.
So yeah, in that case, so
why?
Because like you already know, you have to hold left or right trigger in order to balance your character. Which most of the time, I think most of us will just say fuck it and hold both, and that'll give you the best chance to balance out.
Right.
The holding X thing was like if you're in some really terrible terrain, like there's a section where it's like all hard rock face. Like it's not like this most of the time by any means, but there's definitely some sections where you have to hold that X button to climb up some rocks, and sometimes it's for a handful of minutes at a time. Yeah. So I get that. Like, yeah, that maybe the mechanics weren't flushed. I feel like they could have definitely been a lot worse mechanic wise. But I guess why I was asking about the like it being stretched across the board, if that's why you were saying why is it up there? I guess my thought was like if those say all the reviews from any of those companies didn't matter and you had played through it yourself and say for some reason you loved it, would your perception be swayed any differently of believing that it didn't deserve to be up there? If you, like say you're the person who had like, oh my god, like let's say hypothetically you thought it was like great, 8 out of 10, like hypothetically, then would you feel any differently about it being in Game of the Year because you had a good experience even if everyone else didn't have a good experience?
I would say I mean, I'm not trying to be an absolute Death Stranding basher here. I'm really not. But like what I've been seeing and stuff from the game, it's probably just not my game because it's very slow paced. Like you're going over terrain that takes a long time to get over, and then like there's like certain little things to it and stuff. Maybe it's just not my game.
I think,
but if I did play it and I had an enjoyable experience, would it sway me to pick it for Game of the Year? It may sway me, but here's the thing: like you have to look at the general consensus here, because that's what I try to do with the whole thing. It's not just my vote; it's the general consensus. The general consensus is that like all of these games minus one across the board got good scores. Like I just look at Control, and Control for the most part has good scores. It's got 8.8 4.5, 88% PC Gamer. It's got an 82% on Metacritic. So across the board, it's got good scores. But like Death Stranding just been all over the place. That I just feel like a game that could easily replace this is the game that Van Think was saying it was his game of the year, which is Devil May Cry 5.
Yeah,
I solely believe Devil May Cry 5 should be on that list, and Death Stranding should be off that list.
I'm floored that that's not even an option of mine.
I'm right there with you, and I honestly think that the committee or whoever didn't put Devil May Cry 5 up there simply because there's already a Capcom game on that list, which is Resident Evil 2. But Devil May Cry 5, from what I got to play at PAX South, ran so smooth. All I've been hearing is the story is great, and consistently across the board, it got great scores. Why it's not up there, I have no idea. I literally would replace Death Stranding with Devil May Cry 5.
I guess what I will say is, so do I think Death Stranding necessarily deserves to win? Maybe not. Do I think it deserves to be up there? Yes, at the expense of like another game like Devil May Cry 5 not being up there. I don't know. Because that's another thing. Like I haven't played Devil May Cry 5, but I've heard fucking amazing things about that game, having not even played it. So I don't know. This is a tough one. I feel like this is like a really weird and like I don't feel like an overly strong game of the year lineup.
No, it's
like,
not.
It's a really like it's a very lopsided one. It feels like it's teetering a lot.
I think Smash is gonna win it.
Really?
I think Smash is gonna win it because of the popularity, and I think it's gonna become a popularity contest. And I think Smash is gonna win it because of the popularity.
I feel like I could narrow it. If I had to guess, I feel like I would narrow it down between. It's I could say between two, but then I'm like it's almost three. I feel like it's going to be either honestly between Smash and RE2. That's my honest guess.
Wow.
I think Sakuro's on the bottom of this pile.
I feel like Sekiro might be above or right around the same as like kind of Control space. Death Stranding, I don't know where it sits, honestly. I'm not sure like where it sits in the stack. But yeah, I feel like it's between RE2 and Smash.
This is the one category where I really take like seriously every year because I really try to think of who I think is going to win.
But I mean, so that's the other thing. Like when we were talking about this before, it's like who you think is going to win versus who do you want to win.
I mean, personally, who I would want to win would be Smash.
Yeah.
I mean, I love Resident Evil 2. Love Resident Evil 2. But I love Smash 2. With what Sakurai has done with that game is unbelievable. Like, it's crazy. The only thing that brings it down, and that's why I don't think it's going to win, is Spirits Mode.
Yeah, Spirits is bad.
That's the only if Spirits Mode was literally like as good as Subspace Emissary was, there would be no question I'd vote Smash. But Spirits brings it down so much. Like I tried Spirits, and it was okay, but I've already fallen off on it. So honestly, for me, it's down to RE2 and the Outer Worlds, because Outer Worlds got so much praise from a lot of people.
So do you kind of feel like when you get to the Game of the Year category, you're trying to balance out like what you want to win, but also what do you think is kind of the highest in the standings, and to help push that over to make it win, kind of deal?
Right, with the general masses and stuff. With that, I would love to. I mean, as much as Smash, I would love to see win. I just don't think it's going to win. I would love to see Resident Evil 2 win, because then it would just support our thing of remakes that we've been talking about.
It already got nominated, so that was
I mean, actually, that was the battle. Would it get nominated? So there you go.
Yeah. So now we know.
I'm gonna say my vote. Oh, I'm gonna vote. I think the Outer Worlds is gonna win. That's my vote.
And then Dolan, you said RE2, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna go with RE2. Honestly, I feel like for me it would be between RE2 and it's hard for me to say Outer Worlds 2 because I'm literally basing it off watching some friends play and whatnot.
Mhm.
But like I feel like Smash like definitely deserved like fighting category Smash, like no doubt. Like I think I said that before I even read through the categories. Like yeah, it deserves to be there, and like that would deserve to win for sure. Game of the year, and especially after what you two had just said about the Spears vote and that, I'm like, I just don't see Smash as a game of the year like contender against everything else. But and yeah, I don't know. I feel like if anything, I feel like Death Stranding kind of sits either like in last position for me right now, or like right above the other one we just discussed there. What was the Jedi one I was just calling it? I just already
Control.
closed it. Yeah,
Oh,
it's like
Control.
setting like that and Control are like interchangeable, I feel like at the bottom. But yeah, I'm definitely going RE2 with for my guess, my vote.
I mean, I will say this with Smash though, because this is something that, like, fighting in community will think about, but the general community kind of won't think about this. Like, as much as Spirits brings it down, what brings it really high up is minus the, well, I can't even say somewhat the Echo Fighters too, is that mechanically across the board, like everybody is pretty much like really different.
Yeah, yeah.
And Sakurai like did so well with each character, making them different but play like very accessible and very playable.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta say that
Character
even with
design was flawless.
character design was flawless, mechanically flawless.
Yeah.
Even like the Echo Fighters, like people were like, Echo Fighters came out and they're like, well, it's just an extension of the other character. It's just different skin and stuff. But like, look at Ken.
Mm-hmm.
Like, yeah, is he an Echo Fighter to Ryu? Absolutely, but he plays different.
Yeah.
He may have the same moves, but he plays different. The only Echo Fighter that I can think of off the top of my head that I would say does not play different from the other one is Simon and Richter.
Okay.
Because
I thought you were gonna say Daisy, because I was gonna be like, no, you were so wrong.
I haven't played with
Daisy is
yet,
so
but
different than Princess
yeah,
Peach.
the
Different.
Yeah, the one that I would say that did not really change, and that's the only pairing I can think of, is Simon and Richter. That's it. Other than that, everybody's totally different. The DLC that's come out. Look at Joker.
Mm-hmm.
Joker's insanely good.
Mm-hmm. Banjo.
He's insanely. Banjo, insanely good.
Yep. Yep.
And then Terry just came out, and honestly, like, if you thought Joker and Banjo were good,
yeah.
Freaking Terry is unbelievable.
Yep, yep.
He plays exactly like a KOF fighter. He is so good.
I agree.
In that game, I'm missing one of the DLC characters, aren't I?
Yeah, there's 4. I was trying to think while you were talking.
Joker,
I almost said King K, but he was on release.
Yeah, he was on release. Piranha's technically DLC, but not.
Yeah, but we knew about Piranha.
Oh my god, why can't I think of the other one? Oh my god, brain fart.
Oh, was it no, it wasn't her because she came on release.
Smash Bros. DLC. It was. Oh my god, why can't I think of this? Oh, Hero.
Oh yeah.
Hero from Dragon Quest.
Yep.
Which, another one that plays.
Completely.
I guess if you were to compare him to somebody, you'd kind of play like Shulk, but he's different.
Yeah, I was gonna say Shulk would be the closest comparison, but that's because you can change your things. But that's really it.
Yeah, yeah. Hero plays totally different from everybody else, so it's like that's the one thing that again, Spirits brings it down, but that brings it way up in the category. So, I mean, am I shocked that it's there as Game of the Year? Yeah, but does it deserve to be up there? Yeah, it does, in my opinion.
I think I didn't even say my vote because I said I think Smash is gonna win, but I didn't say I was gonna vote for it.
Right.
I don't know. Like, I want to vote for Smash, but like you said, like, Smash, this Smash game, I'll be with my Switch. I'll be by myself, and as much as I hate playing Smash on the Joy-Cons, I will. I will,
Same.
and I've
Same.
done it, So it's no. I don't know. I don't know.
Do it, Van. Do it. Don't be me. Do it.
Like I want to, but there are some flaws that make me want to not pick it because at the end of the day, it is a fighting game, and to me, like a fighting game, does it deserve Game of the Year? But that's how good this fighting game really is. Like, it's really, really, really good. So
Let's put it this way: if you don't do it, I'm just gonna vote for Smash. But I think
just
Outer
so
Worlds-
someone could give
But I
it to
still think Outer Worlds. Is
it would be between Smash and Outer Worlds. So I'm gonna go with Smash because Smash definitely does have a little bit of an edge. So I'm gonna say Smash for
Okay.
now. I'm going. Yeah. So, was there anything else?
All right, I'm putting my vote in for Outer Worlds. I mean, major controversial as far as that game being the most nominated game.
I'm not sure I've heard you say that game more between this and that other game we don't talk about.
And that other
yeah,
one
I honestly feel like I've heard you. I'm using this term like generally just because I can't think of any way to like more descriptively say it. 'Cause this is what I mean by shit on another game without without saying its name more than like Death Stranding. I think I've heard you talk more bad things about Death Stranding like in the last 4 days or whatever than I have in the entirety of that other game.
Oh, I don't know. There's years to that.
I can sense a lot of judgment in your voice, Kyle. That's all I'm gonna say.
You asshole. Anyway. Oh man.
A lot of controversy all around today.
What?
A lot of controversy all around today.
Oh God, a lot of controversy. Hey, thanks Jeff for all the controversy.
But was there anything else you guys wanted to talk about?
I'm finally gonna play Pokemon.
I was about to say Saturday, right?
Saturday. As long as nothing happens that I don't know about, I will be starting Pokemon Shield.
And sadly, I'll probably be at work when you start, so I'll miss the first few hours. Sadly,
I will be starting early in the afternoon because we have pay-per-view at night.
At the night.
At the night.
What's pay-per-view? What's on pay-per-view?
Good old wrestling.
Oh, Saturday?
Uh-huh.
Isn't usually on Sunday?
Well, the main roster pay-per-view for WWE is
They
on
split it up
Sundays.
into 2 days now?
Well, the Saturday is their quote developmental pay-per-view, but usually it's the better pay-per-view than the main roster one.
That's crazy.
Yeah, so
I haven't watched wrestling in some time now, so
it's still. I mean, I have fun with it.
What's this Sunday? Is it
Survivor Series? Is Sunday.
Yeah,
but on Saturday we have NXT Takeover.
Nice. I'm glad to see he's still alive and kicking. A lot of people will tell me to pay attention to this new underground shit.
I mean, you definitely can. I mean, there's still some good indie stuff out there. And then there's AEW that's every Wednesday that coincides with NXT. So, I mean, there's a lot of wrestling out there. So it's kind of a good time for wrestling fans that there's so much alternative routes that you can go if you are not liking the WWE product, which a lot of people are not lately. So
that's okay. Can't please them all.
Nope.
I fell off back when Stone Cold and The Rock left. That was my last days in wrestling.
I think that's when everybody fell off.
Yeah. It's just that it became too much about like flaunting females. I'm glad females have stood up and now they're wrestlers, but at that time it was a very bad place for female wrestlers. It wasn't real wrestling. It was just flaunting them off, and I had a very hard time stomaching that. And I know that's weird for a guy to be like, oh no, but boobies and ass. if I'm wasting my time watching something, I'm watching something for a particular adventure, and if I want to watch that shit, Pornhub.com can fill those.
You
needs
know,
if I
there's
want
other
to.
websites for that.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
know what I mean.
now?
Don't come across this thing that I actually enjoy, because now you're wasting my time.
Right.
So, but with saying that, I'm glad to see wrestling as a whole, as a community, is doing good. Not just like WWE, because like you said, a lot of people are falling off WWE, but glad to see that like other things are spurred. Because I remember when WWE started dominating WCW. Because as much as I didn't like WCW and I was more of a WWE fan, or at that
Same.
time WWF, I enjoyed WCW being around because it competed with them, so it kept them on their toes.
Yep.
Once they ate up WCW and then NWO came to WWF, that's when everything went downhill.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, absolutely. Well, and this is why it's good to see something like AEW now around, because now it's owned by another billionaire and Tony Khan, who owns the Jacksonville Jaguars. So they've got the financial support. It's just they need time to develop a massive fan base and stuff. Which, I mean, right now it's kind of like eh. I mean, the product's good, but as far as attendance go, it's eh.
yeah,
But I mean,
it'll take some time.
you got to give it some time, because these guys have not been on TV for like a long time at all. Like there are some recognizable faces, but a lot of them are newer.
Yeah, that's good
to
though.
the general crowd.
You want fresh face.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
You want fresh faces. So, but that should be it. We should wrap up this show because I got to get out of here. And we did a real long show today.
We did a very long show today.
This was fantastic. But shows like that, you don't want to stop, because it was definitely exciting. A lot of things to talk about. It's always awesome to have Dolan on. Thank you so much, Dolan. I was so excited when Kyle was like, hey, we got a guest. I was like, yes! Yes, the myth, the man, the legend, Dolan. So thank you very much for joining us, and it's a great topic to be on. So
Thank you for having me.
we will not be doing a show next week because we will be shoving our face with turkey.
Right. Wow.
This is why we did a super long show today.
Yeah, there you go. So we made up. We made up for it. So I hope everyone enjoys their turkey. We already talked Black Friday, but in case you didn't see, Black Friday stuff is all on GameSpot.com. All the video game sales are right up on that website. So lots of video game sales as always. So if you're looking for a PlayStation or an Xbox for this last generation, this is your chance to get it. Very, very good sale, especially the Xbox X. I think that's like the best deal.
You know, it was funny. I contemplated getting another X just because I want something for my room, but I may just get like an S.
I was gonna say
stupidly cheap.
Yeah, and next year we're gonna have the Scarlet anyway too. So it's like
right.
Don't get it just because of the 4K, okay? Because you're just gonna get the next best thing in a year or so. So. But trust me, you have plenty to keep you busy, Mister. I have a stack of games.
Oh,
I have
a lot of stacks.
Yeah. Every time he takes a picture and sends us, I'm like, Jesus, dude.
He got more stacks than Death Stranding will ever have. Okay.
I don't know what you're talking about. I have no idea what you're talking about.
Oh
yeah.
man.
No. What?
Next I see Spider-Man.
I'm sorry. What?
I know. I was just gonna say, teardrop.
Such a good game.
Yeah. But all right, guys, that's it for us this week. Catch us in about 2 weeks. Dolly, we hope you have a very awesome Thanksgiving.
You as well.
And we'll catch everybody next time. Till then, peace. My computer's running so slow. It's slowly transforming out.